a disappointing one last night in D.C. to a fire in the belly, gut check battle tonight in Buffalo. It's a 3-0 win. You can bring out the Zamboni, and the Blues give the answer the coach was looking for.
Let's get nasty on a Friday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202 your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Blues get it done last night. You heard Chris Kerber on the call right here on 101 ESPN. The Blues defeat the Sabres, the Buffalo Buffaloes, 3-0 at KeyBank Center in Buffalo. Joel Hofer made 28 saves for his third career shutout. Hofer started after relieving Jordan Binnington in that 6-1 loss to Washington the night before. Matthew Joseph with a goal and 2 assists, including a shorthanded goal. Justin Falk with a goal and assist, and then Nick Bjugstad scored in the second period to make it 2-0. And of course, the big story going into that game was Jordan Kyrou and Oscar Sundqvist being healthy scratches. A win is a win. I don't care how you get it. I don't care how it looks. They gotta do more than this. Obviously, they gotta compile victories. They gotta string some wins together. But what did you guys think of the performance last night overall? Like, honest assessment of the way the Blues played last night. Was it a situation where you saw some good things happen? Was it merely Joel Hofer standing on his head? Or do you think that some changes, the changes that Monty kind of described going into that game, paid off?
I think there were changes. I don't think the changes hit the right players, if I'm just going to be honest with you.
Hey, man, Mojo. Mojo is a baller.
I was just about to give Mojo some credit.
Give him love.
He was a healthy scratch before. Can I finish my... You know, actually, hang on. I'm going to defer to Carey Davis. Carey Davis.
Mojo is outstanding, man. Get that guy on the ice. He's a top 6 player. What the hell are we talking about? Every time he's on the ice, he scores. Assist, score. He does it all. Plays defense. I mean, this guy's a 200-foot player, and that's what we talk about, right, Jamie? That's what you got to be on the ice. If not, sit your ass in the press box and watch the damn game. And Mojo did that last game. He said, you know what, fast lane that. Won't do it again. I'm going to play my butt off. I'm going to score a goal. Shame I didn't pick him again, but hell of a job by Mojo. Now, Jamie, talk about the rest of the players that need to step up.
Oh, you don't want that? What?
No, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, you.
Okay, well,
You're the hockey guy.
What Carey was telling me in the office before we started the show was, well, after he was through his own celebration party for Mojo, of course. Champagne hits you quickly, too, sometimes. Anyways.
Especially on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I should have eaten a little something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I heard that. Anyways, so Mojo has a good game, to Carey's point. Comes out of the press box and answers the bell. You know, whatever. He's coming. I think he's played hard all year.
I agree.
I do. I didn't particularly like him being healthy scratched, but I've been in that situation. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I thought it was an outstanding effort from the team from a standpoint of you could see a difference in a lot of them, not all, in a lot of them, as far as their compete level was concerned. There were more hits being finished. There were shots being blocked. Tyler Tucker got himself in another scrap. Local boy, Josh Dunn, he worked with me for years here with skill, him and his sisters. And you remember Jinsey Dunn?
Yep.
Hits his sister. She plays professional women's hockey. Well, Josh Dunn apparently this summer was back here and was working on some skill stuff, but also working on some of the physicality. And he basically said, I'm going to fight every game I can and make sure they keep me.
There you go.
And so...
Sounds like the Jamie Rivers method.
Yeah, kind of. He patrolled the red line in the warm-up and basically said to Tucker, hey, man, like, I need one. You got to give me one tonight. And Tucker kind of looked at him and said, oh, okay, all right, we'll go. Like, he didn't really know this Josh Dunn. Dunner's tough. He's a big boy, and he is strong. But, again, going back to the point, is you saw more guys stepping up and being involved in just competing. And Joel Hofer competed his ass off for the Blues last night. He made a couple of saves in the first period that I would believe, in my own mind, saved the game. Because the Blues, I'm not going to say they're a fragile group, because I hate that word, but right now losing seems to be more prominent than winning.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, you're right.
And so when the puck finds the back of the net early against you, whether it's once or twice, it's not all that motivating sometimes to be sitting there down by a goal. Here we go again. Like, all of the things that you think, well, they're not mentally tough. Okay, fine. But also, we all get in ruts where you start to think, damn, this is terrible. This whatever's going on, we can't get out of this funk. Well, Joel Hofer said, hold my beer, made the saves, and then you were able to score a couple of goals. And, Matthew Joseph went to work. Nick Bukestad's putting together a heck of a season, 4 goals already this year, and then Justin Falk with his 3rd goal in the empty netter. I thought the Blues did an effective job of playing a more competitive game.
Yeah, the offense obviously wasn't an offensive night. You get outshot in that game, but we've been asking for the goalies to really steal a game. I don't know if you would say Joel Hofer stole the game, but he got a shutout, and he made some 10-bell saves. To Jamie's point, that cross crease opportunity for the Sabres, he gets a glove on it. Awesome save. But the Blues, they blocked 19 shots. They had 4 takeaways. They outplayed Buffalo in those areas. To me, it felt like they were trying to focus more on like the defensive aspect of things, which has gone awry as of lately. But ultimately, you win the game. I would love to see a little bit more offense out of your top 6. But, Jimmy Snuggerud kind of scored. A hit off his skate. They didn't call it, so it is what it is. But a better effort, that's for sure.
So this is what I'm hearing from everybody. It was a collective, hey, any win matters right now. It didn't always look pretty. So there were some really good things. The block shots. Joel Hofer did make some big saves, and that kid's confidence. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I imagine that his confidence has taken a hit over the past couple of weeks with the way that him and the team has performed. So for him to get a shutout, no matter how it looks, is good. What I'm also hearing, and what I also saw last night, was that the Sabres really did not capitalize on some golden scoring opportunities. It wasn't all Hofer and all the Blues. But we've seen the Blues be on the other side of things, where they don't get some puck luck and things go sideways, and the next thing you know, they're losing 4-0 or 3-0 or 4-1 or whatever. So it was a win. Still a lot to clean up. Don't think the healthy scratches had dramatically had anything to do with it, but we can get into that a little bit later on, too.
Well, we get Laughing Frog in the snake pit coming after me already. Jamie Rivers was wrong about Kyrou. Blues did better without him. He is the cancer. Just refresh my memory for a second, guys. Was Jordan Kyrou part of the run that they had at the end of last year?
Yes.
And was he tied? I believe tied for your playoff points, or second on the team last year in playoff points?
Probably.
Cam Fowler was up there. I'll just take a look, just because.
Well, we are a stats and facts show.
They don't have the playoffs. It doesn't matter. My point is that your team is not better without Jordan Kyrou. Like, what kind of an idiotic statement is that? The guy has 67, 70 points, 75 points. What kind of a moron are you? Seriously. Go back to bed. Have a nap. You know what? Punch out. Go have the weekend right now.
All right. Yeah. Jordan Kyrou. Terrible player.
It's unbelievable.
It's Friday. I'll go home.
And listen, I have dogged on Jordan Kyrou when I feel like he is not playing the way he needs to play. Had he played the last couple of games the way he can, I don't know. But 7 to 10 days ago, everybody in St. Louis was verbally, absolutely slobbering all over Jordan Kyrou's 200-foot game. From the head coach to his teammates to the media, this guy has really improved. Look, he's blocking shots. The back check. Jim Montgomery's audio. Without the effort of Kyrou on the back check there, that goal doesn't happen. But all of a sudden, he's terrible again. Get rid of him. He's an absolute cancer. We can't live with this guy.
Right.
That seems a little dramatic.
Well, it's confirmation bias. It's a fallacy. I don't like Jordan Kyrou, so therefore he gets a healthy scratch. The Blues win. Hence the Jordan Kyrou's the problem. Like, you're connecting dots that aren't there. But it is confirmation bias.
Let's go the other way. Blues lose 4-0 last night. Well, Kyrou's not the problem. Some of those other guys. Is that what we're doing?
Well, it'd still be Jordan Kyrou's a problem. They did the right thing, but they still lost.
You think?
And now they got to bench whoever.
Bench another guy.
You know what? You're probably right.
This is what I'm saying, though.
No, you're probably right, because there's just a certain percentage of people who are blurred from actually watching the game properly. And I'm not saying Jordan Kyrou is a Selke. He's not Patrice Bergeron, okay? I get it. But very few freaking players are. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the blind rage.
He's the Ollie Marmol of the Blues. You're never going to convince whoever doesn't believe in Jordan Kyrou, Ollie Marmol, that whatever they do well, you can't see that.
Correct.
You can't see it, and you never will. Unless you decide to really look at what, put your bias aside and really look at some of the good things that Kyrou or Ollie Marmol has done. To me, that's what it is. They're the same person, essentially.
Yes. Well, again, it's just we all have our biases. We all do.
We do. And we are going to get into, at 2:30, we're going to get into part 2 of this conversation because there's more to it than Jordan Kyrou. And I think some of these other guys need to be exposed a little bit too.
There you go. Good tease. Good deep tease here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. All right. Big game tomorrow in Como. You got Mizzou hosting Texas A&M. If Mizzou's going to pull off the upset, how does that look? What's the most important aspect of tomorrow's game? We'll break it all down next on 101 ESPN. I love this time of year. I love how it's going to look cooler. It's going to be cool this Sunday, certainly. But the leaves are changing. Temps cool down. Love the countdown to Thanksgiving. And I also like the fact that when it comes to this time of year, people are ready to help out. And now through November 21st, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill teaming up with Coca-Cola to support Operation Food Search. And we're inviting you to help make the season brighter for families right here in our community and families, quite frankly, that need it most. It's simple. Just stop by any Lee's or Hot Shots location, drop off a non-perishable food item. That's it. Every donation goes straight to Operation Food Search to help local families enjoy a meaningful Thanksgiving meal. And hey, your generosity also comes with some perks. Every donor gets a free Coca-Cola beverage, limit 1 per person per day. Plus, you're going to be entered to have a chance to win $100 gift cards from Lee's and Hot Shots, and even some hockey tickets. So eat good, feel good, and maybe catch a game on us. So let's show what we're made of, St. Louis. Let's help give back. Let's lift up our neighbors and be a part of something truly special this Thanksgiving season. Again, drop off donations at any Lee's or Hot Shots location now through November 21st. Proudly supported by Coca-Cola and your sports home right here, 101 ESPN. Texas A&M and Mizzou. Mizzou's about a 7-point underdog tomorrow. Of course, they're going to start freshman Matt Zollers against an A&M team that, in the initial rankings for the college football playoff, ranked third. All right, let's take a deep dive into the matchup. Let's start here. The most important aspect of this game in your eyes, Carey, the thing that you think will determine how this game plays out.
How well do you defend Texas A&M's quarterback, Marcel Reed? He's able to use his legs, his arm. He threw a couple of interceptions in their last game against LSU, but I think he's a really good athlete, a really talented quarterback that can do a lot of things in the pocket and outside of the pocket. So I think that has to be the number one thing on your mind, keeping him, corralled and not allowing him to get outside and extend plays and make plays downfield with his arm and with his legs. And if you're able to do that, then offensively, you gotta find ways to put points on the board, not just field goals. You gotta score. And I know field goal kicking has been a little bit of a frustration for some Mizzou Tiger fans, but find ways to score. But most importantly, defensively, you gotta get after Marcel Reed.
So for me, if I think back on Mizzou's losses thus far, you had the Alabama game, and then, of course, you had Vanderbilt, and you had some circumstances in that Vanderbilt game, mainly being you lost Bo Perbula. Mm-hmm. But then Matt Zollers comes in, and he played with pretty good poise. The biggest thing, and I've mentioned this before, the biggest thing that I thought cost Mizzou in their loss to Alabama was not pushing the ball down the field vertically. I said it on the Monday after they had lost. I had thought it during the game, and I've revisited that. You really played Alabama toe-to-toe, but you lacked that vertical shot. And right. I don't know, and this could be a Kirby Moore thing. This could be a Bo Perbula thing. Either way, you need to open up this passing game. And if Matt Zollers gives you some vertical opportunities, Texas A&M's biggest weakness is the secondary. Mm-hmm. Arkansas exposed it a couple of weeks ago when they really went. I mean, they went down to the wire against A&M. I think they lost by 3. It was definitely within one possession. Texas A&M scored a bunch, but they had to because Arkansas pushed the ball forward. Now, they don't have Bobby Petrino's offense or the passing game, but my point remains. I don't think this is only an Ahmad Hardy game. I think that plays too much into what A&M wants. I don't think this is a ball possession game. I think if you're going to win this thing, you have to stretch the field vertically. You have to. You have to take shots. Yes.
So there lies the question mark for me. So my biggest thought about this is Zollers, the freshman QB. Mm-hmm. We saw him perform. I thought he performed pretty damn good against Vanderbilt, considering the situation of being thrown in, middle of the game, huge game, all of the pressure, all that stuff. So now he's had some time to practice as the number one. They've had some time as a coaching staff, hopefully, to tweak the playbook a little bit and utilize his strengths and try to minimize his weaknesses. But to me, that's the biggest question mark. And I hate to do that to the kid because when he signed up, he never thought he was going to see the field this year. Let's just be honest. Mm-hmm. You had Horn, Perbula, and then this guy.
Yep.
What are the odds? They're very slim. And so he was practicing for the future, which is fine. That's why you do that. Great. Or practicing for a transfer portal. Whatever your flavor of the day is. But I think if they're going to have to air it out, like you said, stretch the field a little bit here in order to open up some of the running game, will A&M be scared of Zoller's passing game? Will they respect his passing game enough in order for that to work?
So that was my next point is you had a week off, right? You had a bye week last week to prepare for Zollers to kind of go through everything you need to figure out what plays he likes, what he's comfortable with, what he's uncomfortable with, how to attack a defense. I think when you get an extra week to prepare, it does nothing but help you, and especially in that situation where you don't have to throw him into a game 1 week after getting his first action as a quarterback, and now he's got to start that game. So you got a week off. I'm intrigued to see what what's the philosophy or what's the mindset for Kirby Moore and that offensive staff, how they're going to attack Texas A&M, but also how are you going to protect Zollers from blitzes that he's never seen before, from coverages that he's unfamiliar with, things that he hasn't done or hasn't had, repetitions of doing. How do you prepare for that, and what does the preparation look like to make sure that you get the most out of him? Because it's not going to be an easy thing. The notion, he looked good last game. Yeah, that's wonderful. But now that team had a week to prepare for him. You also had a week to prepare, but what do you do to try to attack them, but more importantly, protect him from making mistakes that could be detrimental to your team?
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust Mizzou to do exactly what you guys are saying in terms of throw the ball downfield more. It seemed like in the two big games of the season, they were very just cautious, and they kind of, their offense went as the game went itself. Like, don't try and do anything too dumb to... Don't lose it. Don't lose the game. You can't play with that mindset, man. This is why Mizzou continues to essentially lose these big games, because they in my opinion, they don't go for the big play. Like, we've seen it a few times in the past, but at least this season, we're talking about this season, they did nothing in those games where I'm like, oh, yeah, man, like, let's put them away right here. Let's grab the momentum back. I never felt that way. It was only the defense that did something like that.
So sometimes you're unable to do those things. That might be a deficiency of the quarterback or, the system. He might not be able to push the ball downfield because he doesn't understand coverages. I watched Bo Nix last night.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what the hell. He's pushing the ball downfield into triple coverage, man. So as an offensive coordinator, if I know my quarterback makes dumbass decisions, I'm not going to put him in a position to push the ball down the field. Because if I know you're going to turn it over more than likely, then we won't call that play. We won't call that scheme. We won't call that. We just won't do it because I know you're not capable of making the right read. And that's something as a coordinator, as a coach, you have to take into account as well. Is your quarterback capable of understanding where to put the ball? You can't just say you need to throw it downfield because, like I said, Bo Nix just threw it downfield last night, and for the life of me, I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, because even the Raiders can intercept balls.
Even the Raiders can intercept passes if you throw it right to them. I don't know. They don't have the same color scheme.
The hell of it is the Raiders.
Very similar, though.
But they're different. They're very different. That one is gray and black and gray, and the other one is orange and blue. They're not even close.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, Sean Payton refuses to run the football. I mean, they had one good drive. I know we're getting a little off topic here, but they had a really good drive running the football, and then on 3rd and 1, they decided to do some stupid trick play.
Oh, he's a genius. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully Mizzou doesn't do anything stupid like that this weekend.
Well, and I get it. And I think it was Bacon Rap Wiener said it's got to be a Hardy game. I think it's got to be a Hardy game in the second half if you have the lead. You have to open things up. You have to. A&M's weakness is their secondary. So if you go into this game, you're like, we're going to play a ball possession game. I guarantee you, A&M will put a couple of explosive plays together, and it's going to go from maybe a tight, low-scoring first quarter to A&M getting up by a couple of scores, and then you're screwed. A&M has not looked great offensively the last couple of games. Marcel Reed had a couple of picks last week against LSU. Now, they did open up things in the second half, but that's one of the reasons was because LSU didn't keep the foot down in the passing game. I know it's a freshman quarterback. I get it. Your season's on the line. This is it. If you have any shot of making the playoffs, you have got to run the table. So open things up, get a lead, and then you can lean on Hardy in the second half. That's my thoughts on this, anyways. How much chance you give Mizzou of pulling off the upset? What's a score for you guys? What's a final score?
You want a percentage chance?
Let's just do a final score. Then that'll answer the question. Because if you got an A&M 31-3, then I get it.
I don't have that. I do have A&M probably like 4. I definitely need to get into the 30s. Like maybe 34-14.
Oh, really? So you do. So you've got A&M rolling.
And I do. Based on the fact that you're starting your third quarterback.
Sure.
And it's nothing against the kid. But A&M is ranked and have performed as one of the best teams in the country so far. Whether they're going to A&M at some point, I can't base my decision on that. I don't think they A&M on Saturday.
Okay, fair enough.
Probably like 33. I don't even know how you get to 33, but 33 to 21.
So you get a high-scoring game.
Yeah, because Mizzou will be throwing the ball late. Mm-hmm. They might score a touchdown there in the last, 5 minutes of the game. Onside kick, no go, no bueno. And A&M is able to run out the clock.
I have 30-10 A&M.
Wow.
I mean, they could barely muster any offense against Vanderbilt. What makes you think you're going to do it against this Texas A&M team?
The Vandy D is pretty stout, though.
It is.
Are they? Because Arch Manning just did whatever he wanted against them.
He's a Heisman Trophy kid.
Yeah, his last name's Manning. You've seen him play.
I have.
His uncles, they're great. Okay, his grandfather's great too. You watch your mouth. I don't have it. I think Mizzou defensively can keep them in the game. I got a 24-20 game. I got a lower scoring game. Mizzou has played with everybody thus far. There's been a couple times they're like, oh well, maybe the wheels fall off from Mizzou. It hasn't. So give me 24-20 A&M.
All right.
There you have it. So if these three say blowout city, I've at least got Mizzou covering.
I don't think it's a blowout. I just think they're overmatched. That's all.
Yeah.
I hope they win.
I would love to see the upset.
Would love to see it.
They're at home.
They are at home.
And they play well at home.
Got that going for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just haven't seen it.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are we concerned that the bottom six is what's carrying the Blues? That's next on 101 ESPN.
What a beautiful sunny day it is outside. Probably be a perfect weekend for you to be listing your home if you're looking to sell your home. And you're probably thinking to yourself, man, I don't know about this time of year, people aren't buying homes. Well, think about it another way. What if your home is one of the only ones that's on the market that's desirable? That means a lot more people are going to be attracted to your home. And that means you might sell quicker. But don't listen to me. Take the advice of the expert. That's Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's going to tell you the same thing. And the best thing about Gloria is not only is she going to tell you it's a good time to sell, she knows exactly what to list your home for in order to sell it quickly for the most money. And she's got buyers in waiting. Thousands of buyers that will see your listing immediately, which hopefully makes that process go a lot quicker. And it's really easy. All you have to do is call her. Pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. She loves hearing that. Her number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues get back in the win column, a 3-0 victory over the Buffalo Sabres last night. The Blues will take on the Seattle Kraken tomorrow. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. We will talk with Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider, with The Athletic at 3 o'clock. And then we will also talk with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery at 4:30. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to dive back into the Blues. Are we concerned that the bottom 6 is what is carrying the Blues at this point in time? I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
I thought majority of the game that the effort was significantly better than yesterday. I thought the physicality was good. I liked the way we dug in. I liked the way there was numerous block shots, and our goaltender was our best player, and that's what you need on the road.
Jim Montgomery following the game last night as the Blues get a victory over the Buffalo Sabres. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are we concerned that the bottom 6 is what's carrying the Blues right now? Well, I would say short term, no. Long term, yes. That's how I'd answer that. Because short term, anybody can carry the damn team. Just get dubs. Long term, yeah, I think it's an issue because obviously the bottom 6 isn't. It's not sustainable to win that way. That's my thoughts.
So your thoughts? You said just get what?
Wins.
Yeah. The problem is they're not.
Just win, baby.
They're not. So did a little digging because the Jordan Kyrou scratching. To me, every coach has a decision to make, and you hope you don't have to have that one point in the season where you have to make your mark felt. But if you go back to last year, Pavel Buchnevich got benched in game, not healthy scratch, in game by Jim Montgomery. And that had an impact on the team. You're hoping you don't have to do it again, but this year, Jordan Kyrou gets a healthy scratch. And you're hoping that it jars the team a little bit. The part that's concerning for me right now is, one, only 17 shots on goal last night. No matter how much we thought the Blues were more competitive, still only 17 shots on goal. Joel Hofer had to play very well to get the win. But again, you got the win. So who friggin' cares? And it was a shutout. It looks pretty on paper. Let's go back to November 1st. I'm just going to... What?
I was just mad because I didn't get my 10 points, but go ahead.
Listen.
For listening. For the shutout.
Yeah, it's the wrong side of the ball.
Come on, man.
It's okay. You should know that, Carey. But let's go back to November 1st. I'm not even going to go back into October. November 1st, you played the Blue Jackets. It was a 3-2 loss. Your goal scorers for that game, Justin Falk and Nick Bjugstad. Remember that. Okay?
I'm going to write it down.
You can't write that. You participate. I like when you participate in the exercise,
it helps
Carey.
me that way.
You have excellent handwriting, too. November 3rd. I don't know. November 3rd versus the Oilers. A 3-2 win. Your goal scorers. Rookie, Dalibor Dvorsky. Robert Thomas, yes. And Pius Suter. November 5th against Washington. 6-1 loss. Your goal scorer.
Toropchenko.
Alexei Toropchenko. Torpo, nice effort. Nice goal shorthanded, mind you.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
November 6th versus Buffalo. 3-0 win. Your goal scorers.
Matthew Joseph.
And?
Nick Bjugstad.
And?
An empty netter by Justin Falk.
Dang, Mark.
So, out of the 9 goals scored in the month of November, only 9 goals, by the way, in 4 games. 9 goals scored in the month of November. Only one of them is from what I would consider to be a star player, Robert Thomas. Where's Pavel Buchnevich on this? It's November 7th right now. You've played 4 games in the month of November. Not one goal from Dylan Holloway, not one goal from Pavel Buchnevich, not one goal from Cam Fowler, Colton Parayko, Philip Broberg.
What about Jordan Kyrou, Jamie?
None from Jordan Kyrou. But you know what? He got what he deserved, okay? Because it's all his fault. My point is, You can't win in this league every night relying upon your bottom 6 players and defensemen. Unless you have Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, you don't. You just don't. So take that argument and just table it for now. This is a huge problem. You're not generating enough shots on net. Now, you did against Vancouver. You did against, who was the other team? Columbus. But you still didn't have the goals to show for it. Matthew Joseph gets healthy scratch, comes back with a goal and 2 assists. Nick Bukestad has 4 goals. So if we do this here, boom, Nick Bukestad, 4 freaking goals for your team this year, which is fantastic. I'm happy for the guy. Jake Neighbors, still leading your team with 6 goals. He's only played 8 games, guys. You don't have one scorer in double digits, and you've played 15 games.
It's not good.
Would it also be...
In fact, hang on a second. You don't have anybody in double digits in points, and you've played 15 games. So to isolate Jordan Kyrou, fine. Get your pound of flesh, man. And I'm not talking about the coaching staff. They obviously identified that. They made a decision. Great. But if you're the fan base, get your pound of flesh. But don't be afraid to look around the rest of the roster and see where guys are not doing their job either.
When you look at this team, we'll talk about the top 6. Are you solely focused on the offensive output, or are we looking at from a defensive standpoint too? Because there was one.
How's that working out for you?
There was one shift last night where the Blues had like 3 opportunities to get it out, and I mean it was embarrassing. It was Robert Thomas, Pavel Buchnevich. I mean they were right there by the blue line. They couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Now that's just one instance. Don't get me wrong, but when you're evaluating these players, is it for this particular conversation just solely focused on offensive production?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that's the positive side of it. Do you want to go on the defensive side?
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So you gave up 8 goals to the Chicago Blackhawks, 5 goals to the Wild, 7 goals to the Mammoth, 5 to the Red Wings, 4 to the Vancouver Canucks. Let's keep going here.
Sounds like a lot.
Well, toggling here. You have 6 to the Washington Capitals, 3 to the Columbus Blue. You're giving up goals all over the friggin' place, and you're not scoring. So correct me if I'm wrong, but in any sport, that's a team game that counts points, by the way. If your offense isn't putting points on the board and your defense isn't stopping points, is that a good recipe?
No. You're going to lose.
You're going to lose more often than you're going to win,
You're going
right?
to lose by a lot, probably.
So that's my point. That, to me, is the bigger picture of this Jordan Kyrou scratching is fine. You got your guy. But now what? Because last game you won, but nobody else did anything except bottom 6 players. Guys that you healthy scratch carried you last night. Matthew Joseph, if Nick Bukestad didn't have 4 goals, his time would be coming too because he's part of that group of bottom 6 that just everybody has their night where they sit out. Those guys are carrying you right now. That's the bigger issue for me.
Well said. But we still all agree it's Kyrou's fault, right?
I mean, one can make an argument. It's Ollie
I'm going home. You guys, I'm going home. I love you guys to death.
That's what he said, right?
I'm out. Bye, guys.
Like I said, you can make an argument it's Ollie Marmol's fault for sure.
Okay.
You know,
right,
throw him in
Somebody
there.
keeps blaming Patrick Berglund. I see it on here. It's all Berglund's fault.
It's Fast on 101 ESPN. We got What's Trending next with Andrew Marsh. Well, we're upon another Sunday in the NFL, and Underdog is a perfect place to get in on the action. You do so in Missouri. You don't have to drive around. You don't have to go across the border, all that. You play Underdog right here in our state, and playing on Underdog's easy. Choose whether or not your players that you choose will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. So you've got fantasy stats. You can choose whether or not a player is going to go higher or lower. Get your entries right. You can win up to 5,000 times your money, and you can play for as little as $1. I'm going to put together some touchdown picks here. So why don't we do Jackson Dart higher than 0.5 touchdowns? I like Josh Allen to get in the end zone against Miami. How about Justin Jefferson, Marshy's guy, to get in the end zone against the Ravens? And why don't we go with Demario Douglas, who had a big game last week against Atlanta, and Kayshon Boutte is not going to play, or at least is banged up and might not suit up against the Bucs. So I like Demario Douglas as well. How you want to play it at Underdog, completely up to you. But again, build your card, and you can cash in just for playing an Underdog and cash in on your NFL hunches. So download the app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, use my promo code Anthony at Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it is time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Silver Slugger winner, Utility National League Silver Slugger Award winner, and St. Louis Star, Alec Burleson. Yeah.
There you go, Burley. Way to go, man.
Some hardware for Burley.
So, can I ask a dumb question?
No such thing as a dumb question.
That might be. You never know.
We'll see.
And I'm okay with it if it is. What do the numbers have to be considered a Silver Slugger?
It's a good question.
And what identifies a utility slugger? Like if somebody else just plays more than one position
Doesn't have
during
a
the
position.
season? More than one? Or is it
Doesn't
like,
have a position. He's a DH. He's a first baseman. He's an outfielder.
Okay.
Because you got 4 catchers and none of them catch, so he's got to play.
But I'm wondering, would Ivan Herrera qualify because he's a catcher/DH?
Nah, he's a DH.
I'm sure there's certain qualifications. You can't play a certain number of
Anthony, you don't
games.
have to get mad at me or yell at me. I'm just asking a question.
Would you like me to answer it, or do you want me to just say, I don't know, Jamie, good question?
Well, I'll just make up an answer.
He would rather you
Yeah.
say good question.
Okay.
No. I don't want answers today.
So the player is voted on to be the best offensive player at that position. So, the RBI, home run, on
So
base
out of all the
percentage,
utility
slugging.
players, he's the best.
Yes. Now, I don't know what the qualification is. Maybe Marsh just looked it up in terms of how many
You gotta
positions.
be a St. Louis Star in order to be.
Okay, so that's one. Yeah, that's one I didn't know.
Well, I just made it up.
That makes sense. I'm sure you have to play a certain number of positions, and you also can't play said positions too many times because then obviously you wouldn't be a utility player. But I don't know what those qualifications are.
Yeah, what are the metrics? What we need the analytics to let us know how what are the numbers? What are we basing this off of? OPS?
So
OBS?
To win a Silver Slugger Utility Player Award, a player must be the best offensive utility player in the league, as determined by a vote of MLB managers and coaches. They are judged on a combination of offensive statistics like batting average, home runs, RBIs, and OPS, as well as voters' general impressions of their overall offensive value. Utility players must have multiple positions during the season to be considered for this award.
There you go.
You must excel in metrics such as batting average, the same ones I listed.
All right.
I was going to say, and Mookie Betts has won the utility. Yeah. Best to ever do it. Yeah, you're right.
The 636 text in, you should be disqualified from winning awards if your team has a losing record. Tired of these awards trying to convince me this team did not suck.
Well, good news is you have your own thinking, though. So you don't have to be convinced of anything.
With that
You
being
have
said,
eyes. If you haven't scratched them out.
Good point.
with that being said, should we give the Cardinals a little more credit for developing some of their players? Mason Wynn wins a Gold Glove. Victor Scott was a finalist. Obviously, Alec Burleson just won a Silver Slugger award.
We've been saying that for a couple of years. We've been saying that the Cardinals have done, when you look at draft and develop, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, Anthony, but you look at draft and develop. If you look at the Cardinals lineup last year, there's a lot of homegrown players there. Now, are they elite? Are they, like stars? No, but you did get a Gold Glove finalist last year. Brendan Donovan has won a Gold Glove. Now Mason Wynn won a Gold Glove. Victor Scott has been nominated. Now Silver Slugger for Burley. I'd like to go through all the teams and see where their homegrown talent has produced tons of hardware, barring the Dodgers and some of those crazy elite players. I think the Cardinals are doing fine.
It is wild.
From a position player standpoint.
I was just about to say, if this team had better pitching, I feel like our outlook on this team moving forward would be completely different. The pitching has been a real thorn in the side for this team the last few years.
Right, and that is the biggest problem, though, right? That is where therein lies the problem, Peter. You have a situation. You ever remember that commercial?
Hold on.
Dad, why don't you buy the TV? Therein lies the problem, Peter. It's not on sale. I think it was like Circuit City, when Circuit City was still around.
You used to work there.
Were you in that commercial?
I was, yeah, I was the kid.
See, that's he was Peter.
Yeah.
Well, Peter Stalter over here.
Yeah, so you can, they do deserve credit for what Jamie just outlined, and Marsh, to your point. We like to say, Jordan Walker, Dylan Cross, they can't develop players. Well, no, they can. They just haven't had that star. Mm-hmm. And the bigger issue is that they completely have abandoned their pitching, and that's why they're in the spot that they're at now. They're not a contender. They're not an NL Central contender. They're not a true wild card contender. They don't have pitching. Now, hopefully they do now.
Yeah.
They drafted well. They reinvested in the young pitching and some of that development. So it all plays out.
Either way, congratulations to Alec Burleson.
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome. Good for him. You know who's not having a great day? Ryan O'Reilly, former Blue. He was really hard on himself last night. Predators lost to the Flyers 3-1. He talked post-game. This is a little bit of what he had to say, and this audio is courtesy of Preds beat writer Alex Doherty.
I know for myself, number one center, and just turn the puck over everywhere, and can't make a 6-foot pass to save my life. So we're not going to have much success if I'm playing pathetic like that. So it's stupid. I don't know the answer. I've had one good year in my career, and I don't have any answers. That's for sure.
My man's down on himself.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that crap. I really don't, because Ryan O'Reilly is one of the best human beings on the planet. That's just the bottom line. Hockey aside, his family growing up adopted children all the time, and they fostered kids and did all. And Ryan O'Reilly is involved in several different charities. He shows up. He still comes back to St. Louis, by the way, unannounced, no media, nobody ever knows. It's like silent in the middle of the night almost, and he shows up and does these appearances here locally and continues to help raise money. Honestly, one of the best humans on the planet. So to hear him struggling right now with some, I don't say mental health, but some sports mental health, okay? We all go through it. Now, nobody really, this is going to sound terrible, nobody really cared when I went through it, because there's just another player there, right? Like, whatever. But when Ryan O'Reilly, a star player, goes through it, it carries a lot more weight. And I feel bad that he's saying that about himself, because he's had several unbelievable seasons. Now, I believe that he's referring to the 1 year here in St. Louis where the only success he's had. I think he's talking team success, because that's kind of the way he's wired. And unfortunately, Ryan O'Reilly was part of some of those beginner teams in Colorado when he was putting up good numbers, but the team was not great. I don't know what's going on, man. Ever since Ryan O'Reilly went to Nashville, it has not been the same for him. He went to Toronto, played well. He found that to be a little bit crazy with the media and the fans and all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised to see a change of scenery in the future. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ryan O'Reilly and Steven Stamkos on the move very soon in Nashville. Stamkos is miserable there. I could see a homecoming for him going back to Tampa. And Ryan O'Reilly, I said it to you, Marshy.
Yeah.
If you plop that guy on this roster here in St. Louis right now, you're a better team. You're deeper. You can push Pius Suter or Braden Shen to the wing. We probably get a little more out of them in that role. Ryan O'Reilly's an excellent penalty killer, good leader, all those things. And I think that he would be rejuvenated here, because this is where he's had his so-called success.
Yeah.
I just don't like seeing a guy beat himself up like that.
So, do you think Blues fans, and not all Blues fans, do you think some Blues fans are looking for an interview? We talked about this the other day. Do you think they're looking for this type of response from the team
I
right
hope
now?
not, because if you got players talking like that, you got issues, man.
Right.
Like, that's a player that is in his own head. And he's supposed to be one of the best players, one of your leaders. And I'm not blaming Ryan O'Reilly for feeling that way. Like, holy crap, he's allowed to feel dejected. He's allowed to feel down, all of those things. But if Blues fans are wanting that out of Braden Shen, out of Parayko, out of Binnington, like, what are you truly wanting then? You're wanting your player to be miserable because you think he should be?
Maybe that's their version of accountability. I don't know. And I'm not saying anybody feels that way. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak for the people.
don't. You know?
I won't, trust me.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy Rutherford's going to join us next. We'll talk to him about some Blues hockey here on 101 ESPN. Remodeling your home should be exciting, not stressful. That's why homeowners like myself trust Mosby Building Arts. With over 70 years of experience, Mosby treats you and your home the right way. Their team of designers, architects, and craftsmen handle every detail with honesty, precision, and respect. So whether it's your kitchen, bath, or basement, remodel with confidence, not regret. Go with Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Visit callmosby.com. You can schedule your free consultation, and very quickly you'll see why they are the best, why they are the right remodeling company. When we had an issue with some doors leading out to the patio that was also causing some issues down in the basement when it comes to water, we had several companies come out, and Mosby Building Arts was the only one that said, you know what, here's your issue. These patio steps back here need to be removed because the problem is behind there. It doesn't matter how much you caulk, and yes, you do need two new doors. It's still going to be a problem when it rains heavily. We can fix this problem. And you know what? They delivered. That's exactly what happened. They ripped out the steps. They saw that there was, they even showed me there's a big gap right there, big hole, and the water was getting in constantly, and it looked like a waterfall in my basement at times. You talk about staying up at night, just worrying about whenever it rained. But Mosby Building Arts, they gave us that, peace of mind. They treated our home with respect. They are the best. Again, whether it's your kitchen, your bath, basement, whatever, remodel with Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
for the Rutherford Report with our Blues insider, Jeremy Rutherford, on 101 ESPN.
JR is brought to you by Evergreen Wealth Strategies, helping everyday people every day. Visit evergreen-ws.com.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 304. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by our Blues insider with The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford. What's up, JR?
Anthony, Jamie, Marshy, and Matthew Joseph's agent. How you guys doing?
Hey,
no kidding,
We're
man.
getting them paid. We're going to get them paid.
Well, he's already been paid, Carey.
No, we're going to get him paid more money. Top 6 for the end of the season.
Wow.
Top 6 last night, that's for sure.
Yeah. JR, so I asked this of the guys to start the show, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. So all that matters right now with the Blues is just compile victories. That said, what was your honest assessment of the way that the Blues played last night? Do you think that they look like a better overall team in terms of execution, or did they just get some puck luck? Were they bailed out by Hofer? What was your honest assessment?
If they were better, it was just a tad. I think the biggest thing most of us were looking for last night was just a little bit of urgency, a little bit of step in their game, and I think we saw that for the most part. But, so few shots on net, and you're saved a bit by Hofer on a handful of them. But I think that where we're at right now with the Blues is when they play decent and when they win, you just can't take anything away from them because we've seen how ugly it's been this season. So, I think when you win 2 out of 10, which is the stretch that they're in, you've got to see more. And I think last night was probably a step, but I don't think last night was something where you looked at him and said, okay, now you're going in the right direction.
JR, do you think everything is fixed now that Kyrou has been scratched?
Boy, I've been listening to the Carey talk for about 36 hours here, and you guys did a great job explaining it. It's great, isn't it? Yeah, you walk into the grocery store. What's the deal with that? So,
yep.
Jamie was just saying that.
Oh, yeah, everywhere, JR. While I'm urinating at the gym, JR. The Blues a Kyrou guy.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
Would you like to hold it for me, sir?
Yeah, no, like I said, sorry, I didn't mean to ask you in the bathroom there, Jamie. But
That's okay. I'd appreciate if your hands weren't so cold next time.
yeah, I was asking you, so I knew what to say. But I just look at the situation, and like I said, you guys explained it well earlier. It's not just Jordan Kyrou, but the Blues need more out of these top 6. You're missing Neighbors. Thomas has had his moments. He came back to the lineup, and you're like, there's the number 1 center that you're missing. How much does it help to see him back? Pavel Buchnevich, I think, is a guy that you have to focus on right now. I'm of this belief. When you look at professional hockey players, even the best of them are going to go through cycles where they don't have a point for 4 or 5 games. But the Blues are built by the sum of their parts, and one night it's got to be Kyrou, and next night, Thomas, Buchnevich, and that's not what's happening right now. As you eloquently explained, Jamie, it's the bottom 6 that's putting up the numbers in these Blues games, and I think that can't happen. Like, you can't have 2 or 3 or 4 of your top 6 players go 6, 8, 10, even 15 games with Buchnevich without putting up any points.
JR, watching the Caps game, I want to take it back a couple of nights ago. They were on TNT. They were talking about the power play, the differences between how the Capitals move on the power play and versus the Blues. What is it about the Blues power play that they either can't keep the puck in the zone or they're just not moving enough to get shots on net? Why is that? Why does it feel like it's so stagnant at times?
Yeah, I think it's just a hesitancy. And I think when they do make a play, and they've made a few, whether it's to the bumper or it's to Robert Thomas or Pavel Buchnevich, they're at the net. They're just not converting. And, Monty used the term convergence to the net. Definitely need more of that. Look, that number 1 unit, they're not parking a guy necessarily in front all the time and looking for that tip, looking for that body, looking for that screen, like the Caps got a goal from Tom Wilson on the deflection. They're trying to move the puck, but I think there's just too much to the outside. There's too much telegraphing of the passes. There's too much indecisiveness, and none of those add up to a good power play.
Jeremy Rutherford joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. He is our Blues insider with The Athletic. JR, I'm going to ask you a difficult question, but one I know you can handle and one I know you can kind of expound on. the season last year, the way that it unfolded, the majority of the months, Blues either played mediocre hockey or they weren't great. Obviously, got hot late. So, and now we're seeing a slow start. Which team is the real Blues?
Well, to be honest with you, and it is a tough question to answer in terms of trying to put it all into a 30-second, 45-second answer here. But I think what it is we know who the real Blues are in terms of this same group for a 3-ish year stretch. And when their backs were against the wall and they came out of the Four Nations and they saw the deficit to make the playoffs and people were telling them they can't do it, push come to shove, they did it. But I think outside of that window from Four Nations to the playoffs, we just haven't seen it from this group. And I think Doug Armstrong, Alex Steen, these guys have to get to a point, which I'm sure they have. When I say have to, I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just saying I feel like they're going to be at a situation where, okay, this isn't the group that's going to get it done. We know we're trying to be competitive while we're building and while we're growing some of these young players, but we've got to change out this group because outside of that window, that run last year, we just haven't seen what we need to see from this group. And I think that's got to be the point that they're at.
JR, kind of jumping ahead here a little bit because I've been thinking about it now for a couple of games as I've watched Dalibor Dvorsky, in my opinion, just get more and more comfortable. And I think it's a shame the Blues aren't using his one-timer a little more on the power play. And that's nothing to do with the coaches. That's the players with play selection. We just talked about that. But that aside, I have a hard time believing he's playing his way off of this roster. So when Jake Neighbors does make his way back here, like that's a crowded dance floor. What do you anticipate?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think they're going to get to a situation where it's going to be a numbers game, especially with Milan Lucic, likely joining the team at some point. He's playing his first game in the American Hockey League, and who knows how long he'll be in Springfield, but that's another body who you don't expect him to be in the lineup every night, but he's going to push somebody off the roster, likely Texier. But then you get to a point where, if Dvorsky is going to stick around when Neighbors gets back, Riv, you're looking at, Nathan Walker was a healthy scratch the other night. Oscar Sundqvist last night. You don't expect one of these guys not to be on the roster, but there's only 14 spots for the forwards. But to me, with what Dvorsky's showing and that confidence is growing, I think you'd stunt it if you sent him down. And plus, he's helping this team, so it shouldn't even really be a conversation. But I think that one of those guys that I mentioned is definitely going to be in the press box, and if Lucic is up here and Neighbors is back, there's going to be another guy besides Texier who's out.
We talked about it yesterday, but do you see a situation where maybe Carey gets back into the lineup and then one of the other top 6 players that may not be playing to their full potential are sitting out and watching the game and trying to figure out how to be better for this team?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Like tomorrow, it's a 6 o'clock start, so it's going to be an earlier morning skate, 9:30 morning skate down at Enterprise Center. And, the number one thing that you're going to be interested in if they do show the lines is who's going to be in the lineup. And I think it's everybody's fair game, as you guys touched on earlier. It was Carey last night. Could it be somebody else tomorrow? Did Thomas get a stretch 10 minutes last night in the second period where he didn't play? I can't see them sitting a Robert Thomas, but, Pavel Buchnevich, I touched on him earlier. At some point, it could be his turn. So I definitely think, Carey, that even though they won last night, all that stuff is open to the coaching staff.
All right, JR, we appreciate you. Thank you for answering our outstanding questions and just being a part of this show. We hope you have a great weekend.
I'm not a part of the show. I'm a listener. As soon as I hang up, I'll be listening to the rest of the show. So
either way, just want to let you know we appreciate you. All right?
All right, thanks, boys.
All right, we'll see you. That's Jeremy Rutherford at JP Rutherford on Twitter/X.
So if I'm representing Mojo, do I get, what's the percentage that NHL agents get? We get 3% in NFL. Is it 3% in the NHL?
3%.
It's 3% if you're just negotiating contracts. Mm-hmm. It's 4%, sometimes 5% if you are handling financial investments and endorsements.
Oh, Mojo, call me.
Okay.
You won't find anybody that works harder for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice. Good luck, Carey.
I'm not certified. Don't have I think you need to have a certification.
You do nowadays, yeah. When I first started, it was you could be a vacuum salesman. And be like, I got you covered. I got Ron Caron's number, Jamie, and you just tell me when.
Yeah.
I met him at a party once.
Yeah, I know his uncle from a softball team. I played in Sheboogam, Quebec with him.
He owes me. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. NFL 4 Downs. We're going to do a mid-season edition of NFL 4 Downs, including 2 questions that have to do with the biggest surprise outside of the Colts and perhaps the most disappointing team as well to this point. That's next on 101 ESPN. Before we get into NFL 4 Downs, we have your chance to win tickets to see AC/DC on September 8th at the Dome at America Center. Tickets for AC/DC go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Well, today, actually. They went on sale. But we've also got your shot to score free tickets to the show before you can even Actually, I was going to read it as Ron Burgundy there before you can even buy them. Listen, guys, the tickets went on sale at 10 a.m., okay?
Oh.
But we also have your shot to win free tickets right now.
Yeah.
Just for answering this easy trivia question.
What's the question, Anthony?
The question is, when was AC/DC inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? What year were they inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? If you have the correct answer, text into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646, and you'll have an opportunity, if you're the 101st listener, and you've got the right answer, to go see AC/DC. Find all the ticket details and a bonus chance to win free tickets for AC/DC right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. All right, Marshy, fire away.
First down.
All right, first down. Outside of the Colts, which other team has been the best surprise in football to this point in the season?
I think the New England Patriots. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I mean, I love the Patriots. You did say, yeah, you're right, Marsh. I said, I don't think anyway.
Not many.
Not a lot of people. Sorry, I stand corrected. God.
This is stats and facts.
This is definitely the day for this. I'll just say New England Patriots.
I'll say the Seattle Seahawks. All right, we gave Anthony a ton of crap, man.
Anthony
like a
saw
ton.
this.
Yeah. Sorry. Seattle Seahawks.
See? Carey gets it.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I think they've done a fantastic job. They're leading that division. I think we all thought the 49ers would be the team. They've dealt with a ton of injuries. We thought the Rams were going to take a step back because we had no clue what Matthew Stafford's back would really be. But Seattle has been outstanding. They have been really, really good. Offensively, Sam Darnold has been playing at an elite level so far this year, taking care of the football, making big plays. Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best receiver in football right now, in my opinion. And they've been really good. They've done a fantastic job, both offensively and defensively.
I'll go with the Carolina Panthers. Being
That's a good one, too.
Being at 5-4, I don't think many people had Carolina as a wild card team through the first couple of months, but that's exactly what they are. They blew out the Falcons 30-0. They handled business against Miami and Dallas, and then shocked Green Bay last weekend as a double-digit underdog at Lambeau Field. So at 5-4. I don't think they're a very good.
You think they're a playoff team?
I don't think they're a talented team, but I think they're a good team, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think they have an abundance of talent. I think they're a wild card threat. That's as far as I'll go right now, because the NFC West has got 3 teams right now with 6 wins.
Yeah.
I don't see Carolina winning the division. I'm not going out on a limb in that. And the NFC North,
one game back.
NFC North has everybody's either at 500 or above. So I think it's going to be very tough for Carolina to make the wild card, but right now they're at least a fringe wild card team.
Second down.
I was going to say the Bears.
The Bears.
Second down, which team has been your biggest disappointment based on preseason expectations?
Oh, my God, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, wow.
They have disappointed me to no end. I had them winning the division. I had them because
that's your fault, Carey.
No, because you've seen it in spurts, have you not?
Anthony told you.
I warned you.
Yeah, but Anthony hates his team, so it doesn't matter. He hates his team. He literally hates his team. He loves them, but he hates them. He hates what they do to him.
Does he love to hate them?
He loves to hate them.
Hold on. Do you understand why I get pissed off at this team?
Because if you watched that Dolphins game, I'd have been pissed off too as a Falcons fan. But
they lost the game last week because of a missed extra point.
Who are they?
That was a tough one.
Who are they? They beat the Buffalo Bills, right?
Yes.
They went in. They were at home. But they beat the Buffalo Bills. They barely lost to the New England Patriots last week because their field goal kicker can't kick an extra point. Everybody misses those from time to time. That was condescending. Yeah, you shouldn't miss that. You get smoked against the Carolina Panthers, which who saw that coming? But the Atlanta Falcons have too much talent in every position. They have too much talent.
Coaching.
I won't put that on.
Coaching.
Coaching.
It's coaching.
You know who else?
Zach Robinson is horrible.
Yeah. For me, Miami Dolphins. Like, they were supposed to have everybody healthy again this year, and Mike McDaniel was still kind of riding that wave of weirdo football savant guy. Now he's just weirdo, like can't speak guy, can't coach guy. You have no Tyreek. Tua has been a disaster. Like the wheels have just fallen off what I thought was going to be, if nothing else, a solid offensive team in the Dolphins. And they're just terrible. They're minus 63 in their point differential.
And yet somehow blew out Atlanta. My most disappointing team by far is the Houston Texans at 3-5. Ooh. And the fact that they got a plus 47 point differential. Amazing. Their defense is outstanding, and they are wasting it because they can't figure it out offensively. So that's my most disappointing team.
They just can't block.
No.
Like they have
which is a lot.
Granted,
it's like saying, you know what? It's a pretty good plumber. He just doesn't know plumbing.
There you go. I mean, they can't block up front. Goal line specifically, they can't move a man 1.5, 2 yards to get your running back in his end zone, and that's actually ridiculous. But they can't block up front, and that's one of their main issues. And C.J. Stroud I know he's hurt now, but he's been hit or miss at times. So that's their struggle. Defensively, man, you want that defense any day of the week. They can play some football.
How pissed off does a defense get?
Very.
When the offense stinks.
Let me tell you something. You want to know? You want to see somebody pissed off? Watch a defense go stop let's say it's an 8-play drive. They get a stop. They force a punt, and then the very next play, the offense turns the ball over, and they have to get their ass off of the bench and go play defense again.
Yeah.
You talk about like fighting, looking at each other like, hey, look, we love you.
Do we get any of that crossover in the room where, like, the defense
Not
goes
in the
and has
room.
a little talk to it? Like,
nah, but you know, as an offense, hey, man, hold on to the ball a little bit longer just to get the, like, you talk, like,
what about
literally.
a 3 and out? Still bad?
It's still bad because some offenses, it could be just as bad because it could be like a hurry-up offense where you get, like, 15 seconds. You boom, 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 and you're right back. You're like, what the
I've always wondered that because I've been in some football locker rooms where the defense are on one side, the offense is on the other. It's kind of a divided group in certain locker rooms. I'm not talking about the Steelers. Mm-hmm. And then you got this like defense that is like just awesome, and the offense it's not. I wonder how many times guys will be like, "What the?"
The offense will apologize, like, hey, man, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Because you don't want to be. And then, but when defense is allowing, like the Cincinnati Bengals defense.
Yeah, you're right.
You're allowing 48 points a game. You're like, hey, man, sorry we can't stop anybody. You guys
keep doing your thing. You guys are awesome.
Just keep scoring, man. We'll try to get you the ball back.
Yeah.
So you can score last. So, yeah, it can be bad.
Better make sure there's no time on the clock for that.
Yeah. All right, Marsh.
Third down.
We all agreed yesterday that there's no definitive number one team in the NFL this season. You can make the same case that there's no definitive MVP. What do both statements say about the NFL so far this season?
I would just say, parity. Parity reigns supreme again. But it is interesting that there isn't any like clear MVP. But maybe the two things go hand in hand, right? If you do not have a definitive best team, then you might not have a definitive best player leading said team. So maybe it says something about that.
And I think some of the teams with the best records don't necessarily have MVP type players.
Sure.
Like the Colts, are you taking Daniel Jones as the MVP? Well, you get Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
But the Patriots? At 7-2?
Well, Jake May.
But really, Anthony, like for real.
Drake May has been really good. I don't know if he's.
Would you say his name?
No, not an MVP.
That's my point. Is some of these teams, like even the Eagles, 6-2. I don't see anybody having an MVP season there.
I agree.
So to me, it's
Carey won't, but I agree.
And the Buccaneers, we got Baker Mayfield, who was in the conversation for a hot minute, but I don't know if he still is.
I don't think he is. My pick yesterday was Matthew Stafford with the Rams. I think if you're looking for, he's leading the league in passing touchdowns. They're second in the division right now, tied for first, but I think they are eventually going to be the best team in that division and win it. And I don't know who ends up being the number one seed. It still might be Philadelphia, but Matthew Stafford has been playing at an elite level this year, and I had no expectations of it because of the back injury going into the season.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be Matthew Stafford right now. But this is changing. It feels like it changes every week.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor could go out and rush for 3 touchdowns this Sunday, and you'll be like, okay, he's back in the lead again. So it's week to week for me.
4th down.
What's your boldest prediction for the second half?
Baltimore Ravens make the AFC Conference Championship game.
Oh, wow.
I like that. I actually like that.
They're 3-5 right now, so they may not win the division, but I still got them winning.
Boldest.
Yeah, making the conference championship game. Marsh, go ahead. Marsh is ready to rock.
Green Bay Packers miss the playoffs.
Oh,
okay, that's a bold one. Yeah,
Wow, that's really bold.
well,
And I think it's because of the tie that occurs. So their win percentage, I could see them having the same amount of wins as another team, but the tie is going to screw over their win percentage in a sense.
Well, that'll go perfectly with my bold prediction. Chicago Bears make the playoffs.
And so that's kind of what my thought process is. Will the Lions win the division?
Wow.
Jamie?
Guys have come up with some good ones. I don't know if I have anything to compete with that. Patriots, AFC Championship game.
Oh, there you go. Against the Ravens?
Against the Ravens. I'll give you that, yeah.
We'll combine. All right, good stuff. That's NFL 4 Downs. We've got the six-pack, part 1, coming up next. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. If you have a question, fantastic. Send it in to the Air Comfort Service text line, and we'll answer it next. Part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack here on 101 ESPN.
All right, Circus Sports. They are right around the corner here in the state of Missouri. I believe it's going to be December 1st where Circus Sports will be alive and well here. But until then, you still have Circus Sports Illinois. So get to the website or the App Store, download the app, and bet like a pro today. They've got tight money line splits. And if I'm looking at some of the money lines tonight in the NHL, because I love betting the NHL, I like the Red Wings, minus 125 on the money line. Minnesota Wild at plus 130. I'd stay away from that one. Don't really like that game very much, but I do see a little bit of an upset. I think the Philadelphia Flyers beat the Ottawa Senators. They're at minus 108, while the Senators are at minus 112 on that money line. All of that available right there on your Circus Sports Illinois app. They also have great lines on futures bets. They've got player props, parlays. The best odds, by the way, of any app that is out there. Just download and compare. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. And they also have high betting limits. So whatever you're into, Circus Sports has you covered. All you have to do is download the app. That's right. So please don't miss out on any of the action. Get a hold of your Circus Sports Illinois app today and have all the fun that I'm having with Circus Sports. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues picked up a victory last night in Buffalo, a 3-0 final. They'll go up against the Seattle Kraken tomorrow. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. Puck drop is at 6. We talked earlier today with our Blues insider with The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We'll talk with Jim Montgomery, Blues head coach, at 4:30, so stay tuned for that. However, we have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so if you have a question you want to send our way, if you want Angry Jamie to answer that question, text in 314-399-9646, and we'll answer those questions next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center Update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time for the Sports Six-Pack here on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marshy, question 1, please.
Real quick, I just want to clear something up about the bold take that I had with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I said wins. If they had the same amount of wins as another team, that they would be out. I meant to say losses. We had a few people text in, so I wanted to clear the air on that. So that's that. I meant to say losses, Anthony. Sometimes I say the wrong thing.
Well, when you're on radio, you better be perfect.
Yeah, stats and facts.
Yeah.
Is all we do.
Yeah.
If you're not, you shouldn't be on radio.
Yeah.
Guys, that's on me.
If you haven't, a 10-year listener.
I've only had one good
You
show.
haven't a 10-year listener?
You haven't a 10-year listener?
It's my favorite part.
Stats.
By far. You can say that only. We need t-shirts that say that. You haven't a 10-year listener. Hashtag Fastlane.
Question number 1.
All right, the water boy wants to know, what annoys Jamie the most? Is it fans asking him at the urinal about the Blues? Anthony never telling him what segment is coming up?
Literally just asked.
Is it Carey Davis taking too much desk space? Or his kids constantly texting him between 2 to 6?
Okay, first of all, it's not Anthony's fault that I don't know what's coming up. As much as I would love to fire darts across the room here all over the place, it's not Anthony's fault. Anthony teases it, usually reminds us, and then I still don't know what the hell is coming up. So that's on me. You got to own your crap sometimes. That's on me. As far as Carey's desk space, that is annoying. It is annoying. Like if you're not careful with Carey, like before you know it, I'll be over behind Anthony with my desk. It just keeps spreading. It's like a brush fire.
I got the corner side.
You got 12 feet of desk space. I've got 3, and Anthony's got 3.5 feet. I'm just saying. We brought the measuring tape out, Carey. The stats don't lie, and we know stats are important.
Absolutely.
On this show.
And facts.
What else was I annoyed with?
The urinal, talking Blues at the urinal.
That one's not great. Like if I'm at a bar and it's a crowded place and the Blues are playing or something's going on, whatever, and somebody's in the background and you're having a whiz and they're just talking, like that's fine. But like when I'm at the gym and I make my way to the urinal and you make your way into the bathroom area, not necessarily right beside me, but Carey, you've been to our gym, so you know where you go into the men's locker room, take a little right into the urinal, but there's a little bathroom area right before it, standing there. So entering that area to talk to me, that's not great. That's not great. Can I just get a moment? And I had my AirPods in.
That's a sign that I don't want to talk.
Not only were they in, they were on.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not taking my hands off my whiner to take my AirPods out to listen to you talk to me about the Blues. I'm just not.
It's fair.
And then my kids texting me. It's pretty annoying after 5 years at the same time, 4 or 5 years in the same time slot.
Yeah.
You'd think
They would know. Sure.
What's more aggravating though is my daughter, and bless her heart, I love her, McKenna, I love you. her school, and a lot of schools don't allow cell phones in school anymore. But she has to have her cell phone because she's a type 1 diabetic. So to get her reading and monitor and all this stuff. But she puts it on Do Not Disturb because she's mortified that the teachers are going to get mad at her if it makes a noise. But then she goes home. School's over. I got to get in touch with her. She said, can you let the dogs out? This, you know, and she still has it on Do Not Disturb. So when I call her, it goes straight to voicemail.
Oh, that makes me mad.
Why don't you just set an alarm? You can set a daily alarm on these phones. I've seen it done before to where, like at 2:30, when you're in the parking lot, just beep, beep. Oh, yeah, turn that back on so Dad can get a hold of me.
You know what else you can do? You can set certain people as your favorites, and that allows certain people to bypass the Do Not Disturb.
You got to call twice.
Yeah, but when you call twice,
it goes through.
It goes through.
Yeah.
That means, because some people, you know, should not be blocked out. The fact that kids... what
I'd like to do is take a hammer
why the hell do you have a Do Not Disturb on your phone?
Yeah.
And
what the hell?
Who is calling you so damn much?
That's what I said, too.
You got nothing.
It's like, tough day at the office?
What the hell are you doing?
What?
Yeah.
So anyways, those are just a few things. All right.
Okay.
Question number 2.
Low Life Dad wants to know what NFL coordinator is going to be the hot hire this offseason and probably fail.
Artie the Party, baby.
Artie Party ain't getting no.
I thought I'd be here.
Brian Flores, I don't think, and fail, I think Brian Flores will be talked to again in terms of a head coaching job, defensive coordinator. I think Cliff Kingsbury kind of ruined that opportunity with how poorly the injury situation in Washington. Trying to think of who else. I mean, some of these coordinators are coordinators in title, but they don't call plays.
Yeah, so like, never mind.
Who are you thinking?
Well, because Shane Steichen is the play caller for the Colts.
Correct.
The offensive coordinator might get a look, but then I looked up
who is the offensive coordinator?
Jim Bob Cooter. He ain't getting.
You don't think Jim Bob is gonna?
Bob Cooter.
You don't think Jim Bob's gonna get a chance to?
No, I don't.
Run his own team?
No, I don't.
Do you guys remember who Cooter was? TV show? Crazy Cooter?
Cotter?
No.
Welcome
Crazy
back,
Cooter.
Cotter?
Nope, that was Welcome Back. That was Gabe Cotter.
I don't know.
Crazy Cooter. Yuck. The Dukes of Hazzard. He was the deputy. Sheriff or Deputy Cooter.
No
He
kidding.
did Boss Hog and Crazy Cooter. There you go, guys.
Nice.
The more you know.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Question number 3.
From the 618, do you think the Cardinals should make an offer to Munetaka Murakami?
Oh, wow.
Chaim Bloom has talked about a young club in Arenado possibly being traded.
Can we trade
what
him
do
there?
you think? To Japan?
Can you do that? What if they're willing to pay the freight? Like, not his weight to cross, like, the ocean, but, like, the actual salary.
Who are we sending there?
Arenado.
I
To
don't
Japan?
know.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
Yeah.
But what if he waives his no-trade clause?
I doubt it. I mean,
To go to Japan?
yeah, I don't.
It's beautiful this time of year.
Is it?
He doesn't know.
He has.
Tell him that.
No idea.
Apparently, that gentleman that you mentioned, Jamie, was not a sheriff or a deputy. He was a mechanic and a tow truck driver.
Oh, yeah. Who was you know what? That's right. They are right. Who was the deputy, though? Roscoe P. Coltrane. That's who it was. Now I'm back. Yeah, Cooter was the mechanic. I should have known that because a guy up in Sudbury used to fix our cars, the hockey players, and my brother nicknamed him Crazy Cooter because he was like old school dude. I should have just brain damage again.
You're all right, Jamie. You're all right.
We didn't know.
Well,
I know. You guys didn't call me. The text line, though, did. That's fine. And they should.
Yeah.
Going back to the Murakami thing, I would give that a 1% chance of him.
I go 0.1.
Yeah, I would go 0 too. Yeah. They're not going to get into any bidding war, let alone a bidding war with somebody like the Dodgers or Yankees.
I was going to say, we know where he's
Red
going
Sox
already, right?
Or Phillies.
He's going to
or
the
Mets.
Dodgers.
Yeah. No.
He's going to join Yamamoto and Ohtani.
Not going to happen.
Problem with it?
They're going to have the Japanese national team soon.
Fine. Go for it. I don't care. All right. Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Keep those questions coming in. Part 2 next.
Cheap, cheap, fun, fun.
Let's get dirty this weekend, St. Louis. Stop by your local Dirt Cheap. They are St. Louis's one-stop party shop. They've got unbelievable selection. Whatever you're into, by the way. If you love bourbon like I do, and you're thinking to yourself, well, Dirt Cheap can't have good bourbon. Well, you're wrong. Dirt Cheap is just the price, not the selection. I get all my bourbon from Dirt Cheap, all of them. I love my Buffalo Trace. Get it in there. The Elijah Craig. I mean, you name it, they've got it available. They also have a great app you can download. Rewards app, and you can also get in on the allocated bourbon raffles. You can place an order for pickup. You can place an order for delivery. All of that available on the Dirt Cheap app. And don't be afraid to visit some of their new locations. New location in Washington, Fredericktown, Hillsborough, and the newest one in Wentzville, Missouri. I've been to the one in Wentzville. It's fantastic. Now, Kisker's still my OG, but I love the one in Wentzville as well. And with holiday season right around the corner, there's absolutely nobody better to outfit your parties than Dirt Cheap. So please get in there and get what you need. You can also visit them at cheapcheapfunfun.com. That's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your taste, you'll find it at Dirt Cheap. Order ahead with the Dirt Cheap app. And remember, have fun, but please be careful out there.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is right now. Keep those questions rolling into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Marsh, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, Alex wants to know, Jamie, how did you and Rafe get the announcer gig for the Car Shield commercials? You guys are hilarious.
That was a lot of fun, by the way. We spent the day hanging out with Pat Maroon, Ozzie Smith, Isaac Bruce, Ric Flair, Brett Hall. It was, it was eye-opening to me to see how much work goes into one of these little commercials. Like, there were trucks everywhere, a full crew. We were there for 3.5 hours, and you see the snippet of what we actually end up doing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see everything that goes into it. I was very thankful to be a part of it. CarShield reached out to me. They had secured Rafe already. Rafe had done some work with some of this production company before. So it was great that he was already, involved with these people. So he knew them and whatnot. So there was a level of comfort there as well. And having Rafe there was great. We had a lot of fun. I mean, I hope that at some point they release the outtakes. Some of these are genius. They're hilarious. They told Rafe and I at one point, just say whatever the hell you want. We're like, anything? Anything. And so we were making fun of Patty. And so funny stuff did come out. But Patty was great. And hopefully more in the future. Things went really well that day. The crew was awesome. And they've already contacted me about doing some things maybe in the future with them as well. So it was really cool.
Cool.
Question number 5.
From the 636, Jamie, is it more effective to healthy scratch a player or move him down to the fourth line?
Depends on the player, really. And depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're going to take Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, Pavel Buchnevich, and play them on the fourth line, you might as well put them in the press box. Because they're going to be, I don't want to say it pouty, but they're going to be upset. They're going to be playing with players that are playing a different way. And it's not going to help your team because put Robert Thomas between Toropchenko and Walker. Those guys are wired differently. They play a different game. Everything is straightforward. Chip, chase, hit, eliminate. That's it. Robert Thomas, he's a playmaker. He wants to go sideways, wants to go forward, wants to go backwards. So it would be a bad mix. It wouldn't help your team. So if you're going to demote, if you're going to do anything with a star player, just don't play him. Sit him on the bench or put him in the press box because otherwise you're just affecting other lines on your team for no reason.
What is more annoying for a player, being benched in the middle of a game or simply being a healthy scratch?
Healthy scratch is embarrassing. It's humiliating. I hate it. Because you're not in uniform. You're not part of the team. At least it feels that way for that night. And you have to answer a lot of questions for people. Oh, you're not playing today? Oh, man, what's that? Are you injured? No, I just suck. You know what I mean? So it's way worse. Because if you played me one shift in the first period, but I was still in uniform the whole night on the bench, people don't seem to realize. It's weird. People who look at the numbers, he didn't really play. But the average fan, you go out to the bar after the game, oh, that's a good game. Yeah. Sure was. But when you're a healthy scratch, what happened? Nothing, man. Can I buy you a beer? Because I don't really want to talk about it.
Actually, you know what? You buy me a beer because I've had a long day.
Nobody wants to hear that either, trust me. Because my long day is nothing compared to somebody else's long day sometimes.
Yeah, that is true.
So.
Yep.
Question number 6.
All right, Anthony, I think this one's directed at you.
Oh, boy. This should be good.
It's not a sports question.
Okay.
It's a music question. From the 636, could you still love your favorite band if the original lead singer was replaced with someone you hate? Like Alice in Chains having Dave Matthews as their frontman, Anthony Stalter.
Well, here's the thing on that. They wouldn't be Alice in Chains now, would they?
Well, they kind of still are without right now.
Not to me.
I know.
And I know that lead singer has been fantastic. I do. I think but for me, Alice in Chains is Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell. Like that's the group. That's the sound.
I know.
The lyrics, everything. So I actually wish they had changed the name of the band when Lane Staley died.
It's tough though, right? Because
it's the whole brand.
Well, it's the brand, and I understand. And I was having this. Actually, it's funny. Having this talk yesterday with my son because we went and saw Seether and all those guys and whatnot. And the lead singer from Seether was after the show was kind of saying, I didn't have my best show. I didn't, it was kind of cool to hear somebody that's be like self-aware. And so
a pro, right? Like,
total pro. And he wasn't a jerk or anything. He was just talking about. But then my son said, "Well, Dad, like, lead singer's kind of like the most important guy." I go, "What?" I said, "Not necessarily in a band, but he's the most prominent person because that person's voice becomes the anthem of the band. Whereas you have a guitar player, and I know this from having several friends in the industry, like my buddy Troy McLaughlin, who's now with Evanescence, used to be the lead guitarist for Seether. Then he left for Evanescence, and Corey Lowry stepped in, who was a bassist, and now is the lead guitarist. He's very musically gifted, but still.
I would say so, yeah.
Bottom line is the guitar players are like, you just keep going. Seether keeps rolling.
Yeah, and Seether has replaced its lead guitarist, I think, a lot.
Several times.
Yeah.
Several times. But they keep rolling. But if you take that guy's voice away from it, it kind of changes. Yeah. But then the band who's had all the success and built their brand, it's pretty tough to abandon, let's say, the Alice in Chains brand, where Alice in Chains is coming to town. We're selling out 5,000, 6,000 people, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
You take that away and you have, I don't know, Dad's Garage. We'll just call it that. You're like, that's great.
Sure.
Formerly Alice in Chains.
I get it. I do. I get it. It's just, for me, that was the group. Like that, the sound. That Lane Staley was a smaller dude, but had this gravel,
unbelievable
voice that matched perfectly with Jerry Cantrell's lyrics and his guitar playing. So, but I get it. I get why they would just stick with it. No, it's not Alice Cooper's band.
I was just saying we met the lead singer.
No, you didn't.
We did.
Yeah.
He was next door.
Right.
Doing an interview.
No, that was Alice Cooper.
Huh? Yeah.
A lot of people did, yeah.
So with Blink-182, when they first split up, they went into two different bands. You had Angels and Airwaves and Plus 44. Then they came back together again. And then they sort of split up where they brought in Matt Skiba. And when they had that era, although I liked their album, it didn't feel like Blink-182.
Sure.
It felt like a different band, but you still had Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker there. But then I go back to, well, they were in their own band Plus 44, years prior. It was weird. Like, to me, Blink-182 is Tom DeLonge, Mark Hoppus, and Travis Barker. That is Blink-182.
Sure.
So I understand your
where
point.
I'm coming from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still a good band when they didn't have all the pieces there.
Right, but just not.
Different sound.
Not the same. All right, we've got the Gauntlet coming up. Do we need a Gauntlet contestant, Marsh? You good?
We do need a Gauntlet contestant.
Okay, well, let's get one then. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line, so text in if you want to play in the Gauntlet. You have an opportunity to do so next here on 101 ESPN.
Oh, baby, if you're looking to remodel your kitchen, your bathroom, or some of those outdoor living spaces, please make your first call, my friends over at E&B Granite. They're just awesome at what they do. First of all, a selection of different items, and like as far as countertops go, your cabinets, your flooring. Not only do they have something for everybody's price range, but they also have something for everybody's tastes, which is difficult to do in that business. And when I went through my remodel, as far as my kitchen is concerned, I went down to their showroom, 6135 Manchester Avenue, and I talked to the in-house design staff, and they kind of walked me through the process. I learned a lot about what goes into remodeling your kitchen, and by learning a lot, I was able to make the right decisions. And after I was done with the entire process, which was fantastic, I was blown away with how awesome my kitchen looked, and so many things that the in-house design staff suggested to me is what really shined through the whole process. And of course, let's not forget the technicians. They make it all work when they put everything in and do such an amazing job. I want the same thing for everybody who's listening. So please book an appointment. Give them a call at 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit them at enbgranite.com.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
403, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We've got Lewis on the line. What's up, Lewis?
What's going on, Stalter?
Not much, man. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing. Would you like to take on Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, or me?
You know, I got to take you on because last time I did the Gauntlet, I beat BT, and then I lost to you in overtime on the most random question. It was like, who was the Chiefs quarterback in 1972 or something? And I lost. So I gotta take you first.
Okay. All right. So a revenge spot for you.
Who do we have?
Lewis.
Sorry, Lewis. I was putting my headphones in.
All right, Lewis. Well, good luck to you. I'm going to get out of here, and I hope you get your revenge today.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. See ya.
All right. Well, Lewis, I can tell you one thing for sure. He doesn't mean that, okay? I love Anthony, but he doesn't mean that. So, all right. While Anthony's on his way to the cone of silence, tell my guy Marshy to spin that wheel, please.
Marsh, spin the wheel.
So you had football last time against Anthony, right? Because that was the 1.0 version?
Correct.
And what do you want this time?
So I'm not going to lie, because I know the wheel doesn't see through that. So honestly, anything but football, because I know that's his strong suit.
All right. Well, you got baseball, buddy. You got baseball.
All right. I like that.
All right. So as Marshy's passing out the questions here, I'll remind you and whoever else is listening that each question is worth 2 points. If you use the options, at that point, the question is only worth 1 point. Wrong answer is 0. If you're tied after 4 questions, we'll go to the tiebreaker, and we will get a winner here today. Lewis, my friend, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, buddy, here we go. The Atlanta Braves just missed the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Can you tell us that year's winner of the National League East?
The winner in 2017?
Correct.
Well, I'm not going to ask for options because I know everyone in the National League.
Kind of would feel silly, wouldn't it?
Let's see. It definitely wasn't the Marlins. You know what? Give me the Nationals, because I think they still had Bryce Harper and Juan. So, yeah, give me the Nationals. Final answer.
Question number 2. On February 16th, 1999, the Cardinals signed a well-known veteran to back up shortstop Edgar Renteria and second baseman Carlos Baerga. Who was this infielder?
Options.
Is it Sean Dunston, Tony Womack, or Jeff Blauser?
Give me those options one more time.
Sean Dunston, Tony Womack, or Jeff Blauser?
Sean Dunston. Final answer.
Question number 3. For how many different major league teams did Hall of Famer CC Sabathia pitch for? How many teams did he pitch for?
Oh, let's see. The Yankees, the Brewers. Yankees, Brewers. I think he pitched in. Let's see. 2, 3. 3. Final answer.
All right, Lewis, final question. The 1999 Cardinals were frequently let down by a combustible bullpen. Who blew 8 of his 28 save opportunities that season?
Options.
Was it Heathcliff Slocum, Dave Veras, or Ricky Bodalico? Or Bodalico?
I think it's Batalico.
Batalico?
I think.
Whatever. One of those. Yeah, Carey.
Sorry, I was trying to help out.
Can I get those options one more time?
Damn it.
I heard him go in the last one. I'm like, what did he say?
I don't even know either. I'll let Carey say because he's a know-it-all. So hang on. It's Heathcliff Slocum, Dave Veras,
Ricky Batalico.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's Dave Veers.
Give me the first one.
Heathcliff?
Ricky Bodalico.
Okay. You want him?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay. All right, let's get Anthony back in here. How you feeling, Lewis?
I feel really good about the first and third questions. The questions about the 99 Cardinals, that was 2 years before or 2 years after I was born, so I'm a little worried about those.
Well, you should have been paying attention. I mean, I'm just being honest, okay?
I could walk by then, so you'd think I'd be able to pay attention to baseball games.
You know what? I'm just saying, okay? We'll just leave it at that. All right, Anthony's back. He's plugging his ears in. Anthony, how was the silence?
My guy Mike Ryder was jamming us some Alice in Chains for me.
Did you guys figure out the marble races?
No.
Man. We're going to figure that out. Do you guys remember that? The marble races during COVID? What was the main guy? He had a YouTube channel.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Somebody will figure it out. All right, Anthony. Your category is baseball.
All right.
Okay.
Pack a lunch.
A hefty one. Or 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 1. The Atlanta Braves just missed the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Can you tell us that year's winner of the National League East?
In 2017?
Correct.
Well, I'm not going to take the options here. So we can eliminate the Marlins, the Mets. So it's either the Nationals, who had a nice run, or the Phillies. And I think the Phillies were still kind of in rebuild mode. So I'll go with the Nationals. Final answer.
Question number 2. On February 16th, 1999, the Cardinals signed a well-known veteran backup shortstop. Well-known veteran to back up shortstop Edgar Renteria, second baseman Carlos Baerga. Who was this infielder? You need me to read it again?
Please do.
All right, sorry.
That's all right. Thank you, Carey.
Hey, we've all had our moments
I
today.
apologize. I ran through that one. On February 16th, 1999, the Cardinals signed a well-known veteran to back up shortstop Edgar Renteria and second baseman Carlos Baerga. Who was this infielder?
Oh, man, I don't know. Options.
Is it Sean Dunston, Tony Womack, or Jeff Blauser?
I don't think it was Jeff Blauser. They did have Tony Womack, but I thought it was later. You said 99?
February 16th, 1999.
It had to be Sean Dunston then. Sean Dunston, final answer.
Question number 3. For how many different Major League teams did Hall of Famer CC Sabathia pitch for? How many teams did he pitch for, Anthony?
CC was a Cleveland Indian. He was a Milwaukee Brewer. He was a New York Yankee. And I don't think he was anything outside of that. I can't picture him. I think he retired with the Yankees. I'll go with 3. Final answer.
Final question today. The 1999 Cardinals were frequently let down by a combustible bullpen. Who blew 8 of his 28 save opportunities that season?
Options.
Go ahead, Carey.
Heathcliff Slocum, Dave Veers, or Ricky Bottalico?
Thank you.
I'll the total guess. Bottalico. Final answer. A lot of 99 questions here.
99.
Oh. All right, let's go through these guys. Question 1. I think we should just run the table, right?
Just straight down.
Okay.
YouTuber named Jellies does a Marble Olympics. I'm a teacher and we watched it at lunch.
Ryder, are you in there?
From the 314.
No, Ryder's gone. It is Jellies. Those were great, by the way. Okay, here we go. Question 1. The Atlanta Braves just missed the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Can you tell us that year's winner of the National League East? Lewis said the Nationals. Anthony said the Nationals. Carey, answer is
Washington Nationals.
Neither of you needed the options. Question 2.
Good job, Lewis.
On February 16th, 1999, the Cardinals signed a well-known veteran to back up shortstop Edgar Renteria, as well as second baseman Carlos Baerga. Who was that infielder? With the options, Lewis said Sean Dunston. With the options, Anthony said Sean Dunston. Marshy, answer is?
It is Sean Dunston.
It is Sean Dunston. Okay. Question 3. For how many different Major League teams did Hall of Famer CC Sabathia pitch? Lewis said 3.
Wow.
Anthony said 3. Carey, answer is?
3.
5-5.
Wow.
Going into the final question.
Good work, Lewis.
That's how it ends.
1999 Cardinals were frequently let down by a combustible bullpen. Who blew 8 of his 28 save opportunities that season? Lewis said Ricky Bottalico. Anthony took the options.
Oh, no.
Said Ricky Bottalico. Marshy, answer is?
It's Ricky.
Lewis also used the options.
Oh, you son of a...
Walk it off.
Wow.
All right.
It had to be this way.
I guess so. Hey, you had mentioned this before, that we went to OT before, so...
So, Lewis, a little refresher here for you, in case you forgot.
Man.
We will ask a tiebreaker question. Lewis, do not say a word. Anthony Stalter will write down his answer. When he has written down his answer, we're coming to you, Lewis, for an answer, and we need it quickly. And then it's closest to the pin will win. Everybody understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Here is the question, Anthony and Lewis, who's listening as well. For 14 seasons, Don Mattingly was the face of the Bronx Bombers. With how many hits did Donnie Baseball retire? How many hits did Don Mattingly have in his career? Anthony is really thinking about this one, Carey. Oh, he's second-guessing himself. Okay, we have an answer. Lewis, what is your answer?
I'm going to say 2,200.
We have a winner. Wow. No calculator necessary. So again, the question. For 14 seasons, Don Mattingly was the face of the Bronx Bombers. How many hits did Donnie Baseball retire with? What was Lewis's number?
2,200.
2,200. Anthony, what did you say?
2,100.
2,100.
Jeez, Lewis.
We do have a winner here. Lewis.
You have chosen wisely.
Wow. No.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, barely. Barely.
I was like, you had me second guessing my
Me too.
guess.
Sorry, my head was off. The answer is 2,153.
Oh, wow.
Nice
I thought
job,
you were about
Lewis.
to tell me it was he had 3,000 hits or something.
Mr. 3000, great
nice
movie.
job, Lewis. Well done, man.
Nice
Well
job,
done. That was a
man.
battle.
The
Revenge was
game.
sweet.
Ooh.
Good for you. So really, it was a 3, right? It was
Yeah.
soft.
Yep.
I mean, if it's 2150,
There we go.
gotta-
Into the
you gotta
second
redo it
question.
again.
And we're
Nice
screwed.
job, Lewis. Congrats, man. Well done. You played fantastic.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Well, you'll be back on Monday, so you get to celebrate all weekend. Have yourself a great weekend. Again, thank you for playing again. Thanks for listening, and you'll have the opportunity to take out Marsh, Carey, or Jamie. I'm off to the penalty box.
Sounds good. I'm going down to the Mizzou game tomorrow with some friends, so hopefully we bring home a winner.
There you go. There you go. Good job. Absolutely. Well, enjoy yourself.
Go Tigers.
All right. You guys have a good weekend.
You too, buddy.
We'll see you. Oh, man.
Wow.
That was tough. That was tough.
That was tough.
Lewis earned that one, no doubt about it.
Jamie said no. I said, yeah.
Yeah, it took me a second.
I was like, wait, what?
In my head, in my head, I flipped it.
Oh, okay.
Like Lewis's number was now Anthony's, and
Gotcha.
Anthony's, and I just, you know.
You gave
I'm
me
having a tough day, Karen.
You gave me a brief ray of hope there.
I'm sorry about that, Anthony.
That's all right. Hey, I didn't earn it. I didn't earn it. Lewis
tried,
did.
though. That was a hell of a game.
That was a hell of a.
That was, man. We had exact answers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the bottom of the hour, we got Jim Montgomery. So we'll talk to the Blues head coach about last night's win and some other poignant topics with the head coach of the Blues. So what we'll do next is bet the board. So we're on time for Coach next on 101 ESPN.
here to the Fast Lane 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and my guy Anthony Stalter, who is situating himself over in the penalty box. I can't say it looks good on you, Anthony, but the lighting is fantastic in the corner.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself?
No, sir.
No,
okay.
No, not a chance.
Trust me.
Yeah. I think what I'm getting is like the voices within the studio.
Which voice?
The voices in your head?
No, those are different.
Oh.
I usually get those later in the day.
Huh.
Time to bet the board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
You are loud
I'm just kidding. I just did that to him.
Marsh, how did we do last night?
We hear you. You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
All right.
We all sucked last night, Anthony.
sure did.
Do you know why? Because that Thursday night football game was not good.
It took us down.
And the Blues and Buffalo Sabres didn't have 2 goals in the first period.
That was wrong with
Imagine that.
So,
Snuggie kicked one in. Son of a batch of biscuits.
well, that wasn't until the...
Hey,
Third.
it's just kind of, painting the whole picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so same order then.
Same order, Anthony. You and I both have 2 points. Jamie has 1, and Carey has 0.
Still looking for his first.
Still looking for his first.
Nothing like the first one.
I'm going to go with the Lions alternate spread on Sunday. They take on the Washington Commanders. Alternate spread of -7.5. It's at -126. I think the Lions, after losing last week, will absolutely beat the brakes off of the Washington Commanders. So, give me the Lions. Alternate spread.
Marsh, go ahead and mark me down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line, -142 against the visiting Patriots. Patriots been riding high. They've been rolling. Tampa's coming off a bye. I think Tampa, getting a little healthier, is going to handle New England. But I don't want to deal with the points. Give me the Bucs money line.
Is it me now?
Yep.
Okay. Man, oh, man. Which first period do I like the most? Give me the Rangers and the Red Wings. Give me the over. -125 for first period.
Give me Kyron Williams over 31.5 yards rushing in the first half.
What's your thought process there, CD? That's a very specific play.
That he's going to run the ball well.
Okay.
The 49ers kind of banged up, no Fred Warner.
No Nick Bosa.
Yeah, they should be able to run the football. I was going to go the whole game, but 90-plus yards felt too much. So,
Okay.
first half.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got Jim Montgomery coming up here in a couple of minutes, so why don't we break so we make sure we're on time with the head coach. We'll talk to him about last night's victory, maybe his thoughts on the healthy scratch situation with Jordan Kyrou and Oscar Sundqvist, and more with the head coach of your St. Louis Blues on your home for the Blues 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Your St. Louis Blues took down the Buffalo Sabres last night by a final score of 3-0. And we will be joined by head coach of your St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery, next, right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Puck with the head coach of your St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery. Coach Monty is presented by Fisher Window and Door Store, offering quality American-made Marvin windows and doors. Visit their showrooms in Brentwood and East Alton, Illinois.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by Jim Montgomery, Blues head coach. Joins us weekly during the Blues season. Coach, appreciate you coming by, stopping by, following the win last night. How you doing?
Doing all right. It's good to be back in St. Louis.
So last night, obviously, you make some changes. You have Jordan Kyrou and Oscar Sundqvist as healthy scratches, and you had talked about it before the game. But for our listeners, can you walk us through kind of the thought process on it, Coach?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, we haven't gotten off to the start that any of us in the organization, players, coaches, management, anybody, fans, city, expected us to. And we thought we were starting for 3 games, play the right way, and then we laid an egg in Washington. And, you know, we have to find a way to compete every night at a level that's going to be acceptable, that's going to give us an opportunity to win games every evening. And we just felt that game, not that there could have been a lot of players that could have been in a healthy scratch that game. We decided with the players we decided upon, and I was really happy to see a guy like Matthew Joseph, who was scratched the game before. And, you know, people don't talk about it when you scratch a guy that has been scratched before, someone that plays, you know, less than 15 minutes a night. People notice it when you scratch a player that is a prominent player on the team, whether it's a defenseman or a forward. And, I'm sure that's why it's a big buzz in the media. But for us, we have standards that we hold every player accountable to. If you're, an offensive player that's supposed to create anxiety for the other team with your offensive prowess, well, that's what we're expecting from you. If you're supposed to be a physical player or a defensive player or a penalty killer, or a defenseman that's supposed to shut down the other team's lines for 24 minutes because that's your role, we hold you accountable to that role. And when we look at the entire team, there was a lot of players that weren't meeting that standard. So, unfortunately, that's when you lay an egg like you did in Washington. But I love the response by players like Matthew Joseph, who came back in the lineup and was a spark plug energy player for us with his speed, his tenacity on pucks, his reloads, and his obviously shorthanded goal was excellent. And then you love the response that our goaltender, Joel Holford, gave us. I mean, you know, it's nice we won, we sacrificed, we blocked a lot of shots. It's not sustainable the way we played last night. Because our goaltender won us that game. So we got to continue to get better here with our effort and our execution.
Monty, I'm not going to keep beating this up all day long here with you, but obviously the hot topic is the Jordan Kyrou situation. And you've described it very well, what the expectations are for your players, whether you're on the first line, fourth line, or wherever you're at on the roster. But you know what? Maybe walk us through the process a little bit, because everybody speculates how a player's going to react, what was said. Is it a punishment? Is it a scolding? Is it a sit-down meeting? You know, maybe walk us through as much as you can, of course, talking to Jordan, you know, what his reaction was and what you're expecting from him moving forward.
Yeah, well, you know, you have meetings with players, and when you're giving player bad news, the meeting's usually short, especially when you're scratching a player. And with Jordan in particular, I sat down with him and I explained to him that I didn't think he was skating and causing the anxiety he needs to do on opposing teams, creating, stripping people from behind. And then I showed him some clips of him not doing the standard that I expect. I did the same thing with Sundqvist, and then you just be like, you're out tonight. When you get back in, I expect you to play so well that you're never in question again to come back out of the lineup, play to your standard that we expect from you. And so when he gets the opportunity to go back in, I expect to see a player that's going to be playing to his standard. He's more grateful. Every once in a while in life, everybody needs to be reminded how lucky they are to be in the NHL, and also that if you're not doing your job, this is real life. That's what happens when we're not doing our jobs, whether it's a coach. Coaches get fired all the time. Players get pulled out of lineup all the time. That's what happens.
So as a coaching staff, the reaction you guys want is that of like Matthew Joseph, where they want to stick it where the sun don't shine, and then everybody wins, right, Coach?
That's right. You want the player to show pride and the fact that he doesn't want to be pulled out again. And Matthew Joseph is the best example of how you respond when you face adversity in life. You bounce back, you respond.
Coach, you all have a lot of younger players on the roster, and I'm interested to know, what do you consider just kind of growing pains for a young player versus something that needs to be fixed quickly, and we don't have enough time to wait for those things to get corrected?
Yeah, it's a balance, right? What are your expectations of the player? How much is he being used? Is he being used in the right opportunities for him to be successful? For young players, all those things come into your mindset and your decision making, and ultimately, young players got to play. And they got to play in situations that are going to give them the opportunity to have success. I'll take Dalibor Dvorsky. We bring him up, we put him right on the power play because we think if he's going to have success in the NHL, we need to know he's not going to be a guy that's just a 5-on-5 player. We need to put him on the power play. He came through for us in an immense way against Edmonton, and now we got to see the consistency of it. And with his consistency, we have to also give him the opportunity consistently to play.
Coach Jim Montgomery joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Coach, what's the biggest thing that you're not seeing right now from your squad that you did see when you guys had that outstanding run following the Four Nations tournament last year?
I would say it's a swagger to how we start games. I felt that last year when we got on the run, you can't expect it to go for 82 games, but I felt if the other team wasn't ready to play, we were going to smoke them out of the rink. And now, we're not doing that. We're tiptoeing into the water. That needs to change. And I think the second area has to be our transition offense to defense to offense. The third thing would be a physicality. We're not as physical right now as we were during that run, people knew they were going to pay a price. And that was the one real big positive last night was people had to pay a price to get to our net last night. That was very evident. Now, we didn't have the puck a lot, but when you're playing back-to-back with travel on the road and the other team's sitting at home waiting for you, you need to gut out an effort. And we gutted out an effort, opportunity to win on the road.
Coach, how hard is it to... how do I word this? How hard is it to appreciate and find the positives from a game like last night? And not all of it was positive. I mean, we're watching the game. You're watching the game. You're smart enough to see that there's mistakes made. But how hard is it to talk about the positives, but at the same time not make it seem like everything is okay and still demand better from your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think, first of all, you celebrate the fact that you got a team win, and it was a team win. There was a lot of sacrifice going on. The areas that, that we didn't like, the lack of offensive zone time. Some of the penalties we took, some of the lack of execution parts, those things you bring up, because that's just being business-like. We got to improve our execution, and whether it's defensive sticks, whether it's screening a goalie, when it's winning a race, when a point man has the puck and no one's at the net, why is the point man going to shoot it? Our forward's got to get there for him. Things like that constantly make you chaotic to defend.
Coach, looking at the last 4 games here, just the month of November, and you're getting nice scoring from your depth. Bugstad's getting some goals. Obviously, Mojo gets on the board, Torpchenko in Washington. But not a lot, just being honest, not a lot from some of your top-end guys. What are you wanting to see more of from those guys to get them on the score sheet? Or are they just missing opportunities, but yet still creating?
You're right in the fact that, especially last night, we were led by our, third and fourth lines. Our top 2 lines, or 2.5 lines, whichever way you want to look at it, because the lines have been moved around quite a bit, and you're not having success. You're trying to find some chemistry that's going to give you a spark. Quite simply, they need to raise their level. And how they produce. They've all produced, and that's why they have the role they have on our team. And, that's the expectation and standard. And if they don't meet the standard, they run the risk of coming out of the lineup.
Coach, I was going to ask you, I've played for tons of different coaches, different styles. Are you a yeller? Are you a guy that gets after guys? Or are you kind of very, very calm and direct and to the point in what you need to get done?
Yeah, I don't describe myself as a yeller, and I don't describe myself as calm. Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
There's two things that bother me. Is a lack of effort is number one, and that's second and third effort on pucks. Your willingness to get back above pucks, your willingness to do hard things, take a hit to make a play. Those kinds of things. And then the second thing is a lack of execution. I think it's Jimmy Johnson. No, it's Bill Belichick, who I spoke with one time, and said, as a coach, I can't fix dumb. You're not going to fix it. And so when players play without intelligence, they will hear about it from me when they get back to the bench.
Fair.
I love that. Hey, Coach, last thing for you before we let you go. And look, a lot of talk surrounding this, but what do you think was going through Jordan Binnington's mind when he tried to just hijack the puck temporarily from Ovi? He says he wasn't going to keep it. I don't believe he was going to keep it, but what were your thoughts when you saw that later on?
Yeah, I had no idea that all went on. Obviously, my mind is on, Jesus, we're down 3-0. Like, do I call timeout? That's where my brain's at. I'm not watching anything that's going on the ice. But I do think that, it's not the right thing to do. That's as simple as I can say it. Is the game of hockey is bigger than anybody. Alexander Ovechkin has just become the first person ever to score 900 goals. That moment's about Alex Ovechkin, and that's where it needs to be.
Fair enough, Coach. We appreciate you. Have a great weekend. We'll circle back next week.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. That's Jim Montgomery here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Listen, I love the you can't fix dumb because as a player, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, I tell my players this, and I've been told this as a player, especially with football. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, someone can get hurt. So if you're, not up to speed or not, locked in or tuned in every single snap, somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And especially like with younger kids, and I would tell the parents, like, hey, I'd rather tell you that your son isn't playing because he doesn't know what he's doing, rather than tell his mother that her son got hurt because your son didn't know what he was doing. So, Yeah, dumb players. If you can't play at an intelligent level and with speed and doing all those things quickly, it's gonna be hard to get out there.
Yeah, and Scotty Bowman used to say that too. He'd say he'd grab players. He's very calm. Scotty never yelled. He'd look at guys. He'd show the video, and he'd had this look to his face. He almost like he smelled a fart. Yeah. He'd look and look at the player, and then look at the TV again, and then look at the player, and go, there's three things that I'm witnessing here right now. He goes, you're either unwilling, incapable, or just dumb.
It's one of the three.
Yeah. He's like, which one is it? The player be like, well, no. He says, you got to be one of them. Got to be one of them.
It's going to be, I'm too dumb. I'm dumb.
So, the right answer is never that. The right answer is like, on that play there, they made a real good play, so I felt like I was incapable of being there.
You had massage.
I'll do better next time. If you said unwilling or dumb.
Unwilling is the worst answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you say I'm not capable, then I can't play you.
Yeah,
right.
Coach, I was just dumb on that play. I'm not dumb overall.
Just on that play.
On that play.
Selling the not dumb overall is sometimes harder when the coach sees the same plays
over and over again.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. College Football Week 12 Roundtable. We'll dive into some of the big matchups in college football tomorrow. That's next on 101 ESPN.
After nearly 45 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in the St. Louis and St. Charles areas, you can trust that your price investment is in great hands with my friends over at Pure Performance. Pure Performance, they are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and of course, they're known for their top quality work and reasonable prices. So whatever it is that you're driving right now, any vehicle, I drive a pickup truck, I've had several things done over at Pure Performance. Running boards, lift kit, tonneau cover, all of that stuff done right there, and I absolutely love it. But whatever you're driving, they've got something for you. Just visit their 25,000 square foot facility located in St. Peters, right off of Cave Springs Boulevard. When you get in there, please ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to ask you what you're driving, what you're looking to do, and what your budget is. And then they will maximize your budget. I'm telling you, they will do everything they can to get you the most for the least amount of money possible. They want you to come back time and time again. Technicians are awesome. It is a full-service garage, which means anything you need while you're there, they've got you covered. So please take the time to stop by over there at Pure Performance. If not, visit them online at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
ESPN.
It's time for our college football week 11 roundtable. I think I said 12 in the tees.
That's okay. We let it slide. Marshy didn't, but that's okay.
Marshy's a stickler for numbers.
I can't find it. To hell with it.
Well, Anthony, I'm just looking out
Kind
for
of a
you
weird
because
flex.
there's other people out there, avid listeners, that may critique you. So why not me do it first, you know?
Thank you, Marshy. He's looking out for me. See that, guys? He's looking out for me.
Is that what that is? I look out for you every day.
You do. You absolutely do. Thank you, Carey.
It's been 4.5 years I've been looking out for you, man.
You know what? You're right, Jamie.
We look out for one another.
He always looks out for your attitude.
Yeah, he's always constantly
he's had a
checking
bad
in.
attitude all day, so somebody
what,
should check
Carey?
his attitude.
You can
See,
take
there
your
it is.
attitude out the damn door.
All right, Kay. Hey, let's focus. We got college football to
I'll
talk
let you
about.
have the rest of the show off as long as you leave. Now.
No, no.
What?
All right, we talked. We did this
Hey,
breakdown.
never mind. I'll leave.
We did this breakdown earlier in the show. What chance do you give Mizzou of knocking off number 3 Texas A&M? By the way, Norfleet, the tight end, might not play.
From
Francis Howell.
Yeah. Well, I don't like their chances with that going on either because he's a pretty good player. I like him a lot as a player. And you got a freshman quarterback that has never started a game. He's been in a game, but he's never started a game. And now you've taken away at least a weapon from him. And you're playing the, number 3 team in the country?
That's correct.
Yeah, I just don't like it. Do I want Mizzou to win? Will I cheer really loud if they have an upset? Absolutely. Will I celebrate? Absolutely. I think that would be a huge win. That one,
This is a storm the field game.
Yes.
You win this one.
Thank you, Carey.
Storm the field.
I don't think it's going to happen, but yes.
I didn't say that. I said you storm the field.
Yeah, I think the field's safe.
Wow. Carey.
Yes.
What chance to give Mizzou?
Man, it's gonna be. I mean, they are in a fight, right? This is a really good team. Obviously, they're ranked number 3 in the country. We talked about it earlier. You got to be able to stop the quarterback and figure out a way to keep Zollers upright. Find some passing concepts that he's familiar with, that he's comfortable with. Having one of your targets out obviously doesn't bode well for you offensively in terms of the passing game. It limits, your guys that you can throw it to. But just finding ways to keep him clean and keep him protected. I think I wouldn't be surprised, especially when you have younger quarterbacks. You tend to get after those guys because they haven't seen those types of blitzes. You get people in their face, and then you drop into different coverages. Now it becomes kind of a chess match where that player is confused. Is the pressure coming? Maybe you have 2 linebackers stand up in the A gap, and you think they're blitzing, and then they drop, and that's when interceptions happen. So finding a way to make sure he doesn't get hit early is going to be important for Missouri, and finding a way to make a big play early on in that game to gain some confidence for a young player starting in his first game.
Yeah, for me, it's about stretching the field with the passing game. I mean, they've got to throw vertically. They didn't do it enough against Alabama, and it cost them. And here's the other factor, too. Bo Prabula, say what you want. His play started to get it started to dip when the opponent started to get better. He also gave you an element on the ground too. He could run a little bit. I don't know if Zollers is that guy. So how much does losing the quarterback's legs in this case impact things? So again, it goes back to he's going to need to chuck a little bit.
Do you think that could be a good thing though, where they're not relying so much on the quarterback using his legs and maybe do a traditional offense where like you hand the ball off to a running back or maybe you throw the football down the field? I'm
fine with that, but it also, if a quarterback can move, it limits what you could do defensively.
I know, I'm just being snarky.
Oh, okay. All right.
You mean there's no chance of him getting his leg broken?
Yeah, like maybe just hand the ball off to your running back. I know they've scored touchdowns like that before, but
they've utilized that play pretty well.
So did the guy before him.
Oh man.
They both got that. I didn't do it. They both broke bones or legs or ligaments.
Okay, all right. Number 7 BYU versus number 8 Texas Tech is an elimination game.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Which is weird to say because both of them are well entrenched in the college football playoff rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to, I forget, I hate that I can't give credit to who said it, but let's say BYU beats Texas Tech, and then Texas Tech comes back and beats BYU in the Big 12 championship game. They're both probably in, or vice versa, whichever way it goes.
But I think it would have to happen that way.
But if it does, because of where they are ranked right now, I don't consider it an elimination game. And if you have two Big 12 teams in, obviously you got an ACC team in. There's going to be a Big 10 team or an SEC team in, Big 10 or SEC team that does not get in. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this weekend plays out for those two teams.
When I drew up this question, I wrote, I'm like, this is going to be kind of an easy one, but it's not. It's not. You're exactly right. So Texas Tech already has a loss. So if they lose this one, they have got to get into the Big 12.
And they have to beat BYU
championship game and do it. Exactly.
It has to be BYU.
And if it happens that way, and BYU only has one loss, I'm with you. I think they're both in.
Right.
I don't expect that Tech loses, but this game, I think is going to be tight.
And BYU is a team, they were unbeaten until I think around this time last year. They were playing.
And then they fell apart.
Yeah, they lost 2 in a row, but they were playing. I mean, I watched them play. I can't remember what. They were playing outstanding last year.
Yep.
And they're just kind of rebuilding and rebounding from that game, from that season last year. So it's going to be a good game.
This is their only big game left on the schedule.
BYU?
Yeah. Then they got TCU, Cincinnati, UCF. Like,
there's some decent
I know you can make the argument, you know, but realistically, if they win this game, like
it's not you. They don't have UMass on the old schedule.
No, but
so
they also don't have
UMass.
They're also not like Alabama.
They're a fake MAC team.
They're also not like Alabama, where they've got to run through a gauntlet of 5 teams or 6 teams in the top 25. I'm just saying.
My word. All right. I don't think BYU though can handle Texas Tech's defensive line. The defensive line is outstanding. So I got Texas Tech in this game, but I agree, Carey, that this is not an elimination game. There's still a path for the loser to get into the playoffs. Number 9, Oregon travels to number 20, Iowa. This is one, though, where I think the loser has a little chance to play in the Big Ten title game. So if Iowa were to pull off the upset, and it's not, the number's only like 6 right now. It's not a huge number. But if I were to pull off the upset, Oregon would be a 2-loss team with no chance of playing in the Big Ten title game.
No.
They'd be out. They cannot.
The playoff rankings?
I think so. They cannot lose this game.
They shouldn't lose this game.
They still got Washington. They still got somebody else halfway decent, I think.
Iowa found a way to put points on the board last weekend, which was surprising, or a couple of weeks ago against Minnesota. They scored 41 points. Nobody ever sees that from Iowa. But Oregon should. No, they don't.
I know. I just laugh. You're right.
They just play defense and do well on special teams.
Yeah.
If you score 17 points at Iowa, you should win.
You're basically the greatest show on grass.
Or just not.
For Iowa, you are. If you score 17, if Iowa scores 17, and they've been better this year, it's not fair. But
no, it's fair.
If you're Iowa and you score 17, you're essentially the greatest offense to have ever lived at Iowa.
Yeah. So, but
it's weird because they produce tight ends like they're going out of style.
Yeah. Oregon should be. They are favored. They should win this game against Iowa at Iowa. But I agree. I don't know if they're out if they lose. I don't know, but I was surprised that they were ranked 9th in the college football playoff ranking. So maybe they are. If they lose, you bump some of those other Big Ten teams up and some of those other SEC teams up, and maybe Oregon really has no path to get back in unless they went out and beat the hell out of Washington at the end of the year.
Outside of the games we just discussed, which top 25 team do you have on upset alert this weekend?
Oh, wow.
Marsh, you got one for us? You sicko?
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Top 25 team.
Oh, boy.
That should be on upset alert.
I will say this. Who's Georgia got?
Mississippi State.
Okay.
At Mississippi State.
I will say this morning, watching a bunch of stuff on ESPN, there were a number of individuals on the panel that suggested that LSU might upset Alabama.
No way.
I just looked at it. LSU is
I'm just telling you what they said.
I said was there's no chance.
Last week,
Roll Tide.
They were winning versus Texas A&M at halftime.
How'd they do?
Well, they didn't finish the second half, and their head coach got fired because of it. but they were in the game the entire up until halftime. Then Texas A&M
Are there still two halves in football?
Yeah, there's two.
Okay, thank
Texas
you.
A&M said,
coming from you.
Let's get this over with.
Well, because I'm a Falcon fan. Hey, they played hard in the third quarter.
Now, there is an upset that I think maybe we all could hope for. That would be.
Who is we?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't actually thinking about that.
Oh, wow, Marshy.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Navy taking down Notre Dame. Navy 7-1.
I don't see it, but sure.
Midshipmen.
Now, they are a 27.5-point dog right now.
Ooh. I'm going to say Virginia. Wake Forest got the brakes beat off them last week by FSU. But Virginia, because Virginia just walks the tightrope every week.
Virginia's I don't know if they're a good team.
Right, exactly.
They barely beat North Carolina.
Thank you. They barely beat the Bill Belichicks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I got Virginia on upset alert. What's yours, Carey? Did you say?
I like the Georgia one and I like the Alabama one. Do I need to pick one specifically?
No, you're good, Carey. Okay. Don't let him bully you.
I appreciate it. He does do that.
What's yours, Jamie?
I already said LSU, and you tried to rip my face off.
No, you said that others were saying.
Yeah, and I said,
and then you backed off saying when I started to get all crazy.
You kind of attacked him, and he kind of backed off.
I was like, it ain't worth it. Got enough crap going on in my life. I don't need your crap.
Here, hold my baggage.
Well, you can hold mine here.
No, I don't want it. Not one bit. Sorry, Marsh. I called you sick. Clearly, Jamie's the one that's sick.
That's fine.
What? Now I'm what?
Well, in the head.
You have to be careful when you say that.
In the head, not blue.
I was worried about that for a minute, Carey.
Aaron's sick.
Yeah, who sings that one? Sharon.
Come on, Carey.
White Zombie. Is that a group?
The song is called Zombie. White Zombie.
White Zombie.
It's a group.
Yeah.
Sounds nothing.
No, I mean, not even close.
Nothing like that at all.
Black Sabbath.
Oh. Go to break before he really digs himself off.
NFL Week 10 entrance survey. Next on 101 ESPN. 6:09, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, NFL Week 10 entrance survey. All right. Whether it's because you're interested to see how a team responds from last week or you want to see how maybe the team fares against this week's opponent, which team do you have under the microscope in Week 10?
Ooh. Under the microscope.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say, I'm going to keep it, well, there's two teams. One, the Patriots. They play the Buccaneers. That's a formidable opponent. And I'm trying to find out if the Patriots are real or fake.
Yeah.
And also the Detroit Lions. What's the bounce back there? Because last week, credit to Marshy's Vikings. They did what they had to do to win the football game, but that was not a good game by the Lions.
No, it was not.
So you have an opponent,
Jared Goff.
but you have an opponent similar in the Washington Commanders as far as like where they're at, injuries, this, that. Not a great season.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your bounce back?
Like that?
For me, it's Pittsburgh.
Me too.
You had you created 6 turnovers last week, right? You were able to get after Daniel Jones in that Indianapolis Colts offense. How do you respond this week versus a team that is, decimated up front because of injuries? Their 2 starting tackles out. They're bringing in guys. They're bringing in guys left and right, trying to fill the void of losing some of their best players on the offensive line. And you did a fantastic job of getting to the quarterback last week, getting 5 sacks, creating 6 turnovers. Are you able to do that again this week? Because if you are, if you get 6 turnovers, you're going to win. That's neither here nor there. But if you can create pressure on Justin Herbert, make him uncomfortable in the pocket, which, again, you should. When you have backup players on the field and you have stars on your team, TJ Watt should have a hell of a day. So that's my team. How do they respond on Sunday night in L.A. versus the Chargers? Are you able to recreate what you did last week?
Same. I completely agree. That was the team that I have is under the microscope is Steelers. Same reasons. Defensively, you finally showed up last week. You look great. You took down perhaps the number 1 team in the league at that point. When the Colts, you go on the road, you're facing an even better quarterback now in Justin Herbert, but an offensive line that's banged up. So can you lead? I think Aaron Rodgers has had a really nice season.
He hasn't hurt them, that's for sure.
He is not the reason. He wouldn't, right now with the way he's playing, he wouldn't be the reason why they would miss the playoffs. It would be the defense struggling.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to seeing that as well. Marsh, you got one? Or are you out?
Sorry, Anthony, I'm just editing some stuff.
I know, that's why I asked you if you were out.
No, I'm not out.
But you're a part of this show. And we all love you.
I am a part of this show. If I'm looking at team under the microscope this week, Anthony, I'm interested. I've been talking about the Bears a lot. I want to see how the Bears do. They're taking on the Giants, and the Giants are banged up. I don't know if Theo Johnson's playing. It feels like he's like the last target that.
Yeah, besides Wando Robinson.
Yeah, it's just they're getting banged up. But the Giants, they've been in games that I didn't think that they would be in. But I feel like the Bears are at that point right now where they can take the next step. If they go 6-3, they're right on the cusp of being a playoff team. I believe they're the 8th seeded team right now. So if they can get another win and start building, stacking wins. They haven't looked pretty, but this one should be, I don't want to call it an easy game, but it should be for the Bears, and we'll see what happens. But if they lose this game, man, it really feels like last year where all of a sudden they had some momentum, and then they started to fall apart, and ultimately they weren't a good team. So I'm looking at them this week at home.
Which head coach are you guys focused on this week?
There's a lot of them. Oh, man.
Your guy?
Raheem?
No, hell no.
Oh.
Hey, Raheem, fine. Your other guy. Keep going.
My other
former Falcons guy.
Already the one-man party?
Dan Quinn.
No.
Oh, Dan Quinn?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they what are they doing offensively?
Dan Quinn's the same dude every time. He's got the backwards hat. He's Mr. Bro. Like he's the same dude he's the same dude every week. Mr. Positivity, here we go. Brotherhood, lose by 30.
I mean, there really is no other. Brian
you don't
Daboll
just hate the Falcons. You hate anybody
Falcons.
that's ever been associated with the Falcons.
I love Dion. I love Jesse Tuggle. I love Matt Ryan, of course. Jamal Anderson. Chuck Smith. You remember Chuck?
I do.
Come on. Love a lot of the.
I love anybody in the last 5
Dan
years
Reeves,
associated.
R.I.P. Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves is outstanding.
Whatever.
You didn't? Were you a fan of him when he was there?
I was. He got him to the Super Bowl. Pulled off one of the greatest upsets in NFC.
What about Jim Mora Jr.?
No, that guy's a fool.
You weren't a fan of Jimmy?
No, not one bit.
JMJ. I mean, all the other head coaches are pretty much safe, I would assume. Like,
well, I don't even mean hot seat. I mean, like, just kind of, for me. Go ahead.
No, for me, it's Dan Quinn. Like, you were in the NFC Championship game last year. Like, you did everything right. You drafted well. You brought players in that were going to help, bolster your roster. And this year, you added Deebo Samuel. You got older defensively. Your quarterback has missed, I feel like, more games than he's played in it up until this point, and he will here in the next couple of weeks for sure. Like, you have been just banged up. And I think all of your starting receivers at some point have missed time. Luke McCaffrey is about to miss some time.
Yeah.
Debo missed time. Terry McLaurin's quad has not been good all season. Like, what are you doing? Like, how can you? I don't think you're not gonna correct it. But what are you doing, and how do you get your team to show up and show out despite every single position at some point being injured?
I do have one that's under the microscope. Now that I dive a little deeper into the schedule for this week, Matt LaFleur.
Bingo. That's who I was going to bring up.
Matt LaFleur, for me, under the microscope. And Marshy, I'll let you take it from here. For me, it's just like I'm piggybacking off of what Marshy said earlier. He doesn't really know what the Green Bay Packers are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's people on the interwebs, within, Green Bay media. They're talking about, well, maybe Matt LaFleur should give up play calling. It seems like any team that can't find offense, it's the play calling. But he needs to figure out how to get his quarterback to be consistent, because that's the thing with Jordan Love. Jordan Love has games where, man, we talked about a couple weeks ago. It might have been you, Anthony, who threw his name into the hat for underrated MVP.
Yeah.
And then he goes out and has a stinker like he did against Carolina. He had a stinker against Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He's not a consistent quarterback right now.
No,
how do you get your quarterback to be consistent when your team is supposed to be one of, if not the best, at least after the Micah Parsons trade, Super Bowl contender, one of the best in the NFC? They're not playing like it right now. Fair. And now they are going up against a team who has a winning pedigree in the Philadelphia Eagles. And Carey, I know you're a huge Eagles fan.
Yeah.
You like to see their success. That's a team who I think has somewhat flown under the radar in terms of how good they actually are, because there's a lot of outside noise. But that's a team that can punch you in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And if you're not ready, then you're going to find yourself with 3 losses and, losing the number 1 spot in your division.
Mine is Kevin O'Connell. I thought he had a nice game plan last week. He stuck with the run with Aaron Jones. He kept the heat off J.J. McCarthy, and he dialed up a perfect pass play for J.J. McCarthy when he needed to get the first down to salt away that game. So can Kevin O'Connell put something together to upend the Ravens, who are now healthy defensively? So that's my guy. All right, real quick, which quarterback do you have the most questions about heading into Week 10? Which QB?
I mean, which quarter you want to go? Jets Browns game in general? Just pick one.
I don't call either of those guys
I don't have any questions about them.
What?
Is it J.J. McCarthy?
I think it has to be, just because he really hasn't had a breakout moment yet. He
hasn't put together a full game yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, and there's no disrespect to the player. His numbers would bear it out that he's waiting for a breakout game where he puts 200 plus yards in the air and he's a difference maker, not a guy that didn't hurt you.
Yeah.
I thought he played really well. For me, the Lions or the Vikings started almost, a lot of their drives in plus territory because of the special teams, the defense and whatnot. So it's, are you going to put up 200 plus yards, 250 if you're starting on the other team's 50 almost every single drive, it felt like?
No. No, you are not. The
But you
math.
should probably still put up points almost every time if you're starting 50 closer.
He played.
I'm not talking.
He managed.
I thought he played well.
I thought he was fine.
He had one of the best in terms of like high leverage, like those plays that you really needed to have him. I think he led the NFL last week in those as a quarterback. What about Daniel Jones though?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think he's going to fall into that category every week, to be honest.
Well, last week was the first time he was pressured.
Mm-hmm.
And the Falcons, for all their issues, it's mostly on the offensive side. Their defense has played very well this year. And they got after Drake May in the second half last week and held the Patriots to 3 points after halftime. So I think that the Colts are going to be fine. They're going to win that game because the Falcons can't score. Because their offensive coordinator is a toddler. But when it comes to, I'm sorry, he thinks like a toddler. But when it comes to
You're such a
pressuring, I think the Falcons will give Daniel Jones a good test. Jonathan Taylor's going to have a $150, though, a couple tutties.
Yeah.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Could this moment shape the rest of the season for the Blues? We'll tell you what this moment is next on 101 ESPN.
Friday night, no better time for an ice cold Zwickle Light from my friends over at Urban Chestnut. Talked about it last Friday. Was having a little Halloween party. People over to the Rivers house. People fell in love with Zwickle Light, so much so they got people even today, Anthony, even today, asking me if I have any left over because they want some for the weekend.
You don't, though.
You know what? I do a little bit because my friends over at Urban Chestnut, they make sure that we're well stocked with the Zwickle Light, and why wouldn't they? It's a locally brewed light lager with low calories and low carbs, crisp, clean, refreshing, and again, 95 calories only, 3.7 carbs, but 100% amazing. Ice cold Zwickle Light. I love it. It's the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. It's my official beer of the Rivers house. We love it there. We will enjoy some tonight, probably tomorrow, maybe Sunday as well. Why wouldn't we? It's that good. So please check it out at your local establishment where they sell your Zwickle Light. Pick some up, and you can also visit urbanchestnut.com for more information on any other beers or events that are going on. They have a lot of great things going on over there. They're an extension of my family. They need to be an extension of yours. So please, again, urbanchestnut.com. Keep it light, keep it local.
So Jeremy Rutherford in The Athletic wrote about how this benching of Jordan Kyrou could, change the direction of the season for the Blues. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. So Jim Montgomery referenced Bobby Knight's famous quote about benching players to get their attention. Ass meet bench, bench meet ass, as motivation for lineup decisions. Carey loved it. So Jordan Kyrou, Blues leading scorer the past 3 seasons, one of the highest paid players, was a healthy scratch last night in that victory over the Sabres. He wasn't the only one. Oscar Sundqvist and Logan Mailloux were also scratched. And Kyrou, to his credit, reportedly handled it professionally, acknowledging that his compete level had dropped. Kyrou had been on an 8-game point streak earlier in the season, but went 4 games without a point, leading to his benching, and his production is down significantly, on pace for just 23 goals and 46 points, which would be career low for a full season. Do you guys think that a moment like this can alter the direction of the team? Not this alone, but we always talk about how we want coaches to hold players accountable, or we want front offices to hold coaches accountable. Well, Montgomery made it clear that accountability applies to everyone, players, coaches, and staff. And who knows who's next when it comes to healthy scratches, because this doesn't seem like a Jordan Kyrou issue. This seems like a Montgomery holding the players accountable situation. Do you guys think that this could change the direction for the Blues? It's got to be embarrassing to sit up there.
It is, okay. But, here's where I think people get off the course a little bit.
Just say me.
No, just people, because you're not alone probably thinking this, but Jordan Kyrou is not the only player on the team. So, benching Jordan Kyrou and putting him in the press box, it sent a message to Jordan Kyrou. Did that necessarily send a message to Dylan Holloway, Robert Thomas, Pavel Buchnevich, Jordan Binnington? Pick your pony at this point. Did it necessarily send a message to them? Or did they just figure, that's Kyrou.
Got my guy.
I'll be fine.
I mean, I think it sends a message. It's whether or not they want to receive that message.
I don't know if it does.
In the right way.
Played on lots of teams where nobody cared who got scratched. Even a high-end guy would be like, yeah, well,
Is that a good attitude to have?
I don't know. It wasn't me. Whenever somebody got scratched, I was usually hoping, thank God it wasn't me. So I just
So in other words, it doesn't really matter.
I don't know if it does.
That's fine. That's fair.
But it can matter for Jordan Kyrou. Because if he comes back and plays with his hair on fire, then okay, like Matthew Joseph, Carey's player.
My guy.
His guy, his
my client.
His client. That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
If Kyrou comes back and plays like that, then the healthy scratch certainly had an effect on Jordan Kyrou. Now, did the benching of Jordan Kyrou make anybody else play better last game?
No.
Because if I'm watching the game... and
Joel Hofer.
Certainly impacted Joel Hofer, yeah. But if I'm watching the game and I'm watching the guys who could fall in that category, it didn't look to me like that healthy scratch made them play that harder.
So what I'm gathering, Jamie, is the Blues' issues are because of lack of execution. Team just stinks.
Well, no, I don't think the team stinks.
The team stinks right now.
The record stinks, that's for sure.
Well, the team is behind the record, so the team has stunk.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
It's an execution issue.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
So it doesn't really matter if they bench
somebody. There's a lack of execution, a lack of attention to detail.
That's it for me. It's
on a nightly basis. You see it in all situations, whether it's face-off plays, defensive zone coverage, power play, penalty kill, all of the facets of the game. Now, the wheels aren't falling off all the time on every play, but there's one play every period where you're like, what the heck happened there? How did that guy get a breakaway? How did they get 2 breakaways? How is that guy all by himself? How did you not score that goal? Why did the power play just pass it into coverage? Why are they not shooting? So that, to me, is execution/details right there. And that is the biggest thing that's holding back the Blues. Because when they were executing last year, it looked good. It was crisp. It was, on point. It had intensity. It had purpose. There are times where there's shifts right there right now. I don't know if there's a purpose. And I know that's a really stupid thing to say because they're trying to score a goal. But sometimes it looks like they're playing a shift not to screw up. And so, therefore, there's not really a purpose. The purpose is just, I got my guy.
Right. Makes sense. Please support the Countdown to Thanksgiving campaign to benefit Operation Food Search, hosted by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, Coca-Cola, and 101 ESPN. Drop off a non-perishable food donation at any area Lee's or Hot Shots location now through November 21st. Every donation earns a free Coca-Cola beverage, and all food collected will go to Operation Food Search to help local families in need. And we've all seen that that right now is a very important time to support our local area food banks. Each donor can also enter to win a prize package that includes gift cards to Lee's, Hot Shots, and hockey tickets as well. So get all the details on the Countdown to Thanksgiving to benefit Operation Food Search now at 101ESPN.com. We'll have our NFL Week 10 breakdowns and predictions. The biggest games this weekend. There's a handful. That's next on 101 ESPN. Hey, this month, Auto Centers Nissan is thanking you with the Thankful for You sales event. Over 1,000 vehicles in one massive location right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri, just minutes from South County here in St. Louis. No games, no running around, just real savings and real selection. And right now, deep dealer discounts on every remaining 2025 model mean the best prices of the year as 2026 models arrive. So get no payments for 6 months on select 2025 Nissan models, or get no money down and 0% APR for 60 months on 2025 Muranos and Pathfinders, as well as the all-new 2026 Rogue Platinum. That's 5 years interest-free, and it's all at Auto Centers Nissan. Shopping used, well, they got you covered there, too. No money down and no payments for 3 months on select used vehicles, all priced to move. And every new Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. Within 30 days, if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, then bring it back. They'll refund your money and set you up with something else. Get to Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum, Missouri. Visit AutoCentersNissan.com, as these deals won't last long. Tell them Stalter sent you.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We talked earlier today with Blues insider with The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford, and Blues head coach Jim Montgomery after the Blues took down the Buffalo Sabres by a final score of 3-0 last night. If you missed those conversations or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. The Blues back in action tomorrow, taking on the Seattle Kraken. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Before the Blues game tomorrow, we have Texas Tech and BYU. Pregame starts at 10:30 a.m. with the kickoff at 11 a.m. On Sunday, we'll have NFL action for you as the Vikings take on the Ravens. Pregame starts at 11 with the kickoff at noon. Following that game, Seahawks-Cardinals, and then Sunday Night Football with the Chargers going up against, here we go, Carey's Pittsburgh Steelers. Speaking of the NFL, we will break down Week 10 and give our predictions next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Well, Week 10's got some interesting matchups, that's for sure. Let's start off with the Patriots and the Buccaneers. So the Patriots have been the hottest team, I believe, in the NFL thus far, at least if you're looking at records and the how much they've won of late. In fact, they've won, 6 games in a row.
Not bad.
6 games in a row. But they go to Tampa. The Buccaneers are at home, and they're coming off a bye week. Carey?
Yes.
Do you think, not that they could, because I think they could. Line's only 2.5. Will they go down in Tampa and beat the Bucs?
I think if you consider yourself a real contender in the AFC, you have to go win this game on the road. I think that they've done a fantastic job so far this year in terms of the Patriots. They've played really well. Drake May has been probably one of the best surprises of the season in terms of not expecting him to perform at the level that he has. And I think if you consider yourself a playoff team, a team that has real playoff and championship aspirations, you do have to go down to Tampa and win that game. Tampa is banged up. They've got injuries. Godwin is out again. Mike Evans is out for the entire year. Like they are
still out.
They are banged up, and yes, they're coming off of a bye, but you are, in my opinion, the better team. I see that they are the Bucs are favored, but I think the Patriots are the better team. And if you want to be that type of team that has championship aspirations, you're supposed to win this game.
It's interesting the way, Mike Vrabel's done a remarkable job. This Patriots team was not competitive last year under Gerard Mayo.
They weren't supposed to be this year.
They weren't supposed to be this year. He does not have the talents, and yet they're in first place right now in the AFC East. Do I think they're going to AFC East? Do I think they stay there? No, but I am very impressed with what Mike Vrabel has done. The Titans, meanwhile, are in line potentially to earn the number 1 pick again. And they let, obviously, Mike Vrabel go a year ago.
Seems like a good decision.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I think this is one of these matchups where the lack of overall top-end talent will come back to bite you.
In this game? I don't think the Buccaneers have, because of all of the injuries that they're dealing with, I don't think that they have the top-end talent on the field.
You can't run against Tampa because of Vita Vea. Mm-hmm. And I know that Henderson had a decent game last week, and I think he's better than Ramondre Stevenson, who's out. Keyshawn Bootsy's out. I just don't think that New England... What Drake May's been able to do is very impressive. Mm-hmm. But I keep going back to last week, and they started to have issues offensively, protecting Drake May, keeping him upright, no explosive plays, and I could see them going to Tampa and just running into a better overall Bucs team, albeit one that's beat up and having issues. I got the Bucs.
You got the Bucs in this game.
I got the Bucs too. I do. I just can't. I can't seem to not believe in Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. As much as I like Drake May, I love what the Patriots are doing this year, surprising everybody in the NFL. Mike Vrabel. It's a feel-good story for sure. But they're going to Tampa, and I just feel like Baker Mayfield, he's got some kind of juju to him with that team, and whatever
Mahomes has juju.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
It's Smith-Schuster.
So, guys, I apologize for the confusion.
Thank you.
Baker Mayfield has a swagger to him that keeps dragging this team to victories.
USC has Juju as well.
Were you hoping for?
I was hoping for like another word.
You're ready? That's why I was ready with swagger. Okay? A-hole.
He has been so on one.
He is so salty. He is so salty.
As a whole, Anthony,
what'd you call me?
Oh, were we saying Jamie?
I said Jamie.
I said Anthony.
I always said Anthony
Jamie,
too.
though.
I figured you say Jamie. So
Why
I
is that?
it up.
No. You're the closest to me, right?
Don't touch me now.
Marshy, Ravens, Vikings. Any chance that your Vikings pull off the upset like they did last week?
I mean, is there a chance? Of course there is. Last week, I didn't think that they really had a chance against the Lions, but, Brian Flores has had success against Baltimore in his past. And, if the Vikings are going to win, it's going to have to be another all-around team effort like what we got last week. Because I've been a huge JJ believer, but he is a very young quarterback. This will be his 4th ever game played, so you can't rely on him to necessarily carry your team. You need good plays out of him for sure, but ultimately you need the entire team and your biggest asset, which I believe is Brian Flores' defense. When they're on, they're on. Getting Van Ginkel back was huge. Blake Cashman's back. So you have some guys that have been back for a little bit, definitely last week. And the big thing is, for me, is the offensive line is starting to look a little bit healthier, and we saw that last week. Now, there's a lot of pressures from Detroit, but JJ looked pretty good under pressure. But in order to win, it's got to be a team game, and they need to tackle. Their tackling drives me insane because they can not finish tackles, especially against mobile quarterbacks. So
that's a problem.
That is a huge problem.
It's not great.
That's a massive problem, Anthony, because we know Lamar Jackson can run the football.
Carey, your breakdown.
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens in this game. I think Baltimore, again, a team that is getting healthy on the mend. I think they've won 3 in a row now. They are 2 in a row. They're doing a great job of getting back to what they do well. And if you are facing a Brian Flores defense, you know that they're going to blitz. They're going to bring pressure. And I think if you catch them a couple of times, that tends to make a defensive coordinator say, okay, I can't be feast or famine. I got to get out of this and keep the ball in front of me. So as an offense, I'm always preparing for a blitz, especially when I'm playing coordinators like Steve Spagnuolo or Brian Flores. I know that they're going to blitz. I'm going to get the ball out of my hands quickly to my playmakers, or allow my playmaker and Lamar Jackson to do something spectacular and hopefully gash them. And then that'll ease up as the game progresses. So I'm going with Baltimore. I think they are the better team. I think they're healthy, and I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I've got the Ravens too. And when we said Lamar was coming back, I kind of earmarked the next 5-ish games, maybe even more, to we thought the Ravens would run it a little bit. And they've got 1-2 in a row. Vikings, I think they win this week. Browns, they beat them. Jets, they beat them. Bengals, they beat them. And then they've got the Steelers, which that's going to be a tough game. But that would give them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row at that point. I think they're capable of doing it. Mm-hmm. I just think that the Ravens are kind of getting back together physically and schematically as a team at the right time. I think it'll be too much for the Vikings.
If the Vikings win this game, will you guys take them seriously, or is it just like 2 lucky wins?
Take them seriously in terms of what?
Like, will you take them seriously?
They'll still only be 4 and 5.
I mean, I take them
to be in the playoffs.
Or 5 and 4. My bad.
To be in the playoffs.
Well, just like a team that can push. Obviously, from a record standpoint, they're behind the 8 ball.
I don't take teams seriously unless they are in the playoffs or have a playoff opportunity. Because taking them seriously in terms of building and trending in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about playoffs. Like, my expectations right now is like, I hope they're a playoff team. I don't expect them to.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but for me to take them seriously, I need to see, like, J.J. McCarthy has to be better. Like, and right now, in my opinion, he's a game manager. It's almost like we have this fantastic. It's like Trent Dilfer, or was it Trent Dilfer for the
Ravens?
Yeah. We have this fantastic defense. Don't blow it. Mm-hmm. And I think, and because they have Justin Jefferson on your roster, I can't have you being, don't blow it. I need you to be, get the damn ball to this guy, to TJ Hawkinson, to get this ball to these guys. Jordan Addison, I got a lot of guys that are capable of making big plays. And if you want that team to be taken seriously, he has to be able to get the ball to those guys consistently. And if he's not, if he's only throwing for 140 yards, 150 yards, they'll never be taken seriously in terms of being a team that is on the rise, because your quarterback is your most important position. And in order to be a championship caliber team, especially now, you have to have a quarterback that can win a game for you. And J.J. McCarthy, in this version of him, is not capable of winning a game for you. The defense is. So that, to me, is when you talk about being a team that you think is trustworthy or taken seriously, then J.J. McCarthy would have to be that.
I think it's not just J.J. McCarthy. It's any team with a young quarterback. The young quarterback.
But we're talking about the Vikings
I know,
right
but
now.
I'm just saying, so it's not like it's just a fact. Like Drake May. I take that team seriously now because Drake May has proven that he can put a team on his back.
It's consistency.
And consistency.
Yeah.
And, like when Josh Allen was coming up, like all of these quarterbacks that
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
He's a perfect example.
He is a great example.
Because that defense and that offense was ready, and they're like, can he be the one to do it? Mm-hmm. And that's the question of it. It will always fall. That's why they get paid the most money. It will always fall on the quarterback and their capability of actually being playmakers and not just game managers.
Yeah, honestly, I've always taken the Vikings seriously because of Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores. They have two of the best coaches in the league. I mean, they're capable of doing what they did last week every week. We just saw them struggle mightily early in the season, and with Carson Wentz, you couldn't take them. Ultimately, you couldn't take them seriously, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
The line is 4. Like, say what you want about J.J. McCarthy and all this other. The line is 4 points against a healthy Ravens team. I don't care if it's a U.S. Bank, M&T Bank, or whatever bank.
Across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Piggy Bank.
The Piggy Bank. 4 points is nothing.
You didn't want to give the bank across the street any love?
No, not one bit.
Why not? They're great people over there. You can steal things, bring it back, and they're okay.
You stole a canister from them. All right, we got a break.
Whatever.
We'll wrap things up next on 101 ESPN.
Missouri, get ready. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming soon. And starting December 1st, new customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. From touchdowns to home runs to three-pointers, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Plus, with live betting, you can even get in on the action after the game has already started, all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. FanDuel is the best way to game day, and it's coming soon to Missouri. Just visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to learn more. This way, you'll be all set to bet when FanDuel goes live in Missouri on December 1st. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. Play your game with FanDuel, the #1 rated sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Offer starts December 1st, 2025. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. Carey, what'd you learn?
I learned we all should get someone to love us as much as Marshy loves J.J. McCarthy. If you find someone to love you that much, the love you have, will never fade. Like a dog in the street.
Okay, that's actually unreal.
Well done.
Well, in fact, everybody, well done.
Yeah. All right.
I'll go next, actually. I hope in your life, people listening, you never want to have as much, a ton of hate in your heart. I hope you never hate anybody as much as Carey hates JJ.
I don't hate him, man.
That's fine, Anthony. What did you learn today?
I don't hate him. Well, I want him to be great.
I'm continuing to be reminded that I can't speak ill will of my team, but other people can constantly remind me of how bad they suck. Jamie?
It's flying around.
You're worse than we are on the lanes. It takes our joy out of it.
Thank you for admitting that. All right, go to 3 stars.
I learned it too. You're never safe, even in a urinal.
Stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, our third star of the day goes out to Peter Stalter.
Peter
Stalter. Good job in that Circuit City commercial.
Yeah, thank you.
The second star goes out to Cooter the Mechanic.
Yeah.
The toe man.
Crazy Cooter.
Yeah. First star of the day, this guy was on it all day. Angry James.
Yes, he was. He was so angry today.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It really was. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys had fun with it,
It's nice, isn't it?
Can't wait to go home now.
Okay.
You got things to do.
Guess what?
I don't get to go home.
You have an opportunity to do so.
No, I really don't. Got more stuff to do, Anthony.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis.
Screw you all.
For a very angry Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.